those guys are monsters.
It's kind of an all-in, right? You missed the shot here, but he doesn't. He usually doesn't.
It will eliminate anyone in front of them.
Let's see if he can flick it. Oh, he absolutely can.
I wouldn't be surprised if they at one point throughout this year will be a consistent top 3 team. There's so much skill in that lineup.
Rush though, finding another one. Beautiful deagle work. Can he get another one? Oh my god, he's gonna shut them all down.
Hello, कैसे हो भाई? Hello everyone.
Here we are, the
Welcome to the
first
stream.
match of the day, and it's going to be
Right on
Vitality
time.
and Complexity, the best of 3. Some of you feeling ready for it? I noticed you went deep
buddy.
on the NA stuff today.
I'm ready for it, man. I am ready for it. You know why? It's not the
I will
NA
show
side,
you the
although
video.
yes, I will support the team from the Lone Star State. It's ᴪᴏᴄᴇ I'm putting my faith in.
Mirage
It's
overpass
Danish
new.
CS.
Good
Well,
maps.
he's got some pretty heavy odds he's going to have to fight against.
Yeah, but
Something
we've-
like 3-1.
Can't trust those, can we?
Can't
With
trust
how
the
things-
odds.
Well, with how things have planned out in the first group, right? With all of those upsets, all of them 2-0s, all sorts
What
of
are
weird
your
stuff going
prediction,
on in Group A,
boys?
It has made me believe
Complexity
that,
on boot
the
camp finally.
parity is there, Anders, and that
They
no
were
team
playing
is safe
from their
in
homes
this
पहले.
group stage.
Now they are on boot camp.
Well, I mean, it could be true.
And look, they're all on location. They're all on location, aren't
They're
they?
all, yeah.
Vitality
there's
वाले
some
नहीं है इस
unknowns.
बारी
There's some
boot
really
camp
big unknowns here that I think we're just going to have to find out maybe. Poison back in the mix. Vitality have looked simultaneously amazing, but also really shaky. I don't know where that all adds up, but I think we're going to find out right here and right now, heading into Mirage. It's the very first map. So once again, big welcome here. I really can't wait for this. I love watching Vitality play, although, I mean, again, some of the shakiness we were talking about also cause for concern.
Yeah.
Complexity, Poison is back, but it feels like they haven't
Hello,
fit
Shashwat.
JKS into this lineup in any reasonable fashion. So I really don't know what to say. I picked Vitality just because it was the most obvious choice, really.
250s.
Well, yeah, you got to play the numbers. That's
Yeah, but love.
Well, yeah, it's like right now I'm just building on the idea that Complexity are going to have all the element of surprise on their side. Now, whether they can capitalize on that
दो
is the question.
P250
Shoxy peeked
contact
mid
ले रही
already
हैं
to
पे
get the
3 लोग B
information.
के
So
साथ
no,
bomb
but
पे
he spotted
bomb
top,
लेके B पे
Apex
ready हैं.
holding close to A, but it's ᴪᴄᴇ and Coffee calling the fake, and
Sure.
Shoxy finding the first shot.
Yeah, that's a nice kill. Taking down ᴪᴄᴇ, although
Which
they
team are you
don't
supporting?
realize it yet. The config is still
I don't know,
sneaking
I'm
in
just
here.
watching.
He's got the P250. Doesn't really help if he's going to get shot in the back. He's going to find and just assassinate shots. A little bit of panic
They
there,
know
but
it's
Cyril
the
will come
two
in and
guys
help
are
out.
B.
Now, hit is on for the B bomb site, and RPK
Ah!
didn't even touch the ground. Rush, he was dead as he was landing. And JKS, well, 1 versus 3.
Nice try.
He's going to get a double kill.
RPK,
but it won't matter in the end.
bhai,
It'll be
so
Vitality to pick
precise.
up the pistol round in... There wasn't that much panic. It seemed like they had that
Lovely,
under control,
lovely.
more or less.
No, because we're gonna get a little time out here, and actually that's nice because it's gonna give me a little chance to talk on this. Complexity, they have complex pistol rounds, right? They're T sides. It's not just rush B, you know, YOLO, throw flashes. There's always layers on layers with these guys in terms of what they're trying to throw at you. So I bet you Apex, as soon as he ᴪᴄᴇ goes down, he's like, hold,
Wait a minute.
hold.
Wait a minute.
Nobody
Yeah.
rotate. Wait for this because it's not done yet. It's not just going to be them following up on A or anything crazy like that. It's going to be some shenanigans here. So hold on, let's see,
RPK,
what can we
whoa,
see here?
yeah.
'Cause I'm pretty sure they're all supposed to be in
RPK is,
Serbia right
tank.
now, the Complexity guys.
That's where everyone is. All of Counter-Strike has moved to Serbia these days.
I mean, makes sense. Totally understand that. Yeah, okay, so Russia's here. So it makes me think that they managed, because that was the question, whether or not they were going to be able to get out of the UK. But looks like it's good. Awesome.
Yeah, that I think is important, right? We talked about this in the online phase of Counter-Strike that we've been in for a while now. Making the choice, moving everyone together and having them play like that could be pretty cool, right? Like, it can certainly help the atmosphere, and I'm sure it helps even if the atmosphere is terrible, right? In terms of, you know, you can at least talk it over after the game. So I think that's important.
No, it's, I mean, yeah, good and bad, right? Now you've actually got the team all together. There's been a lot of talk about that, actually. A lot of discussion about Astralis and whether or not Astralis, you know, they're suffering because
Yeah.
they're not all on location together. There's a bit of that, but I don't think that Vitality in this tournament are in their facilities in France. I think they've gone back home.
It seems like that's the case, yeah.
So maybe we'll see. Does this bear out anything? I mean, if the edge is there, should it be better here for Complexity now that they're all together?
I mean, it could certainly be one of the factors, right? Well, it's hard to say
Complexity
how much of a difference it will make,
की
but I'm kind of
ये
curious,
force
you know?
by conversion
I'm
rate सबसे
definitely
ज़्यादा है
curious. It's like it's a hard
tier 1
choice, obviously,
CS
to
में
stay together for a
62
really long
something
time
% है
in
भाई
the same
I
spot.
think
Like, that can also be taxing.
और वो
So
बहुत ज़्यादा होती
maybe
है
we'll just have to find out. We do have 5 Deagles in play for the Complexity side, so they could do some real damage. And there are some players on this team you wanna avoid when they have those deagles. So definitely seen Config in the past land some pretty ridiculous deagle headshots. So
Oh yeah.
we'll see if we're gonna be in for one of those.
Pop
They're all
with
gravitating
deagles.
towards the B side of the map, which is where they wanted to hit in the pistol round, although in a different fashion,
Sure.
obviously. That's a nice control for ᴍᴏᴜ. He's just really patient, tapping away. And for now, he'll be the only casualty of the round.
Nice
for
shooting, man.
Vitality, and indeed, yeah. That's really well done. He didn't just empty the entire magazine there. He bursted away and made it work. Shox is laughing right at the beginning. He's
Scary.
having a good time.
No, I don't know if that doesn't bode well when Shoxy's
No?
laughing like that. Well, I mean, if you're rooting for Vitality, it's definitely a good thing. You definitely want to see that.
Yeah.
Did you have a chance to spot that documentary that just came out recently from Webcam? They're doing a whole two-part piece documentary on the whole French scene, Envy.
Hello,
in
Wizard.
2014, 2015,
Wow.
that whole period of time when things were just popping off. Kenny and his peak, you know.
Haven't seen that yet, but that sounds amazing.
Oh, it's fire. It's on Reddit. Go and check it out, guys. I'm actually promoting.
चलो भाई early दो बंदे मार
Yeah,
के
I'll go. I'll
भाग लिया
definitely
जाएगा.
see that. Okay. He took a bullet to the face, but it was a Glock, so he's all right. Oh, it's a P250 actually.
This is cool. We didn't see JKS in the pistol round up in Palace, and that made me wonder a little bit if they were going to give him his spot back. But in the last two rounds, we've kind of seen him lurking around over here. And JKS, Mr. Savage, you know, he needs a Palace. You know, he needs comfort. He's used to
JKS और
king.
Flame of के
being the
spots
king,
बड़े वो
sitting
हैं.
I
on
don't know
those
who has a
cushions.
Palace.
You know,
Sultan, I think.
Same
it would be
same.
the Sheikh, I
पिछले
suppose.
teams में तो
But
दिक्कत आती है.
he's used to being on the cushions up there. So if Complexity are giving him back his old spot, maybe this is a bid for them to try and get him to step that level up again, because he has been in a bit of a decline lately. Even before Poison went on his break, JKS was already starting to slip in the stats. So I mean, they've got to be reaching. Yeah, we were looking this morning. It was he's been struggling for a while.
All right. Well, that's really interesting. Again, I've got some pretty high hopes for JKS myself.
There's 5
So,
guns.
I don't
Pretty
know.
good.
Like, I feel like people months ago, maybe that's too far. Maybe like a month ago, people were already giving JKS the thumbs down, and like just end it now. And I just, for me, I don't know. I've got pretty high expectations, JKS. I feel like I want to hold on some more. But I can share the doubt, right? Like I'm starting to sort of feel it more and more, that same feeling. Like, well, what's going on here? But I'm not ready to give up yet. Not yet. So this would be a great time to make the whole thing fit, right? With Poison and, back in the mix. That would be the most beautiful story we could build if suddenly it all sort of came together, like we know that maybe it could. Config is sneaking in. There's a three-way
Flash
crossfire.
पे connector घुसने
He's
वाला था
inside of
क्या
the
ये?
smoke now.
घुस गया Zowie.
Yeah, he's gonna walk out with his back turn. They've actually exchanged places, and he somehow
चलो,
gets
decent
the
trade.
kill. Now he is traded, and in the middle they're gonna lose even more players. Apex and ᴍᴏᴜ doing a lot of work right here. And I
इनका
just don't
शायद
think
प्लान था
Complexity were
ये
ready
दोनों
for
लड़ने
that
वाले थे
many
बी
people
शॉट
to
वाले
be
भी
near
कनेक्टर वाले
middle.
भी पूरा
That
मिड
was,
पे क्रंच करने
more
वाले
than
थे
half the Vitality team was
साथ
set up
में
around
एकदम
this
क्रंच
position.
And Zai was asking Config, I was on your head, right? Config, yeah.
they have missed him
Zai WTF. A little bit of a back and forth here between the players. Beginning of this match. I mean, it's tough not to want to read too much into this, but it's still early days on this T side. So obviously these are feel-good kind of rounds here for Vitality. They're shooting confidently. They're peeking for information, right? They're not really trying to stay too passively here. Vitality are clearly confident in their ability to win
hello
duels.
Bhavesh
So,
congrats for it
we're seeing them just make plays in mid, make those plays for info.
hello
Yeah.
Shubham
And
Poison
that's
is
what you
back
need on a
yes
successful CT side.
You know what's also
boot
interesting?
camp पे हैं
just
भाई
as a-
सारे complexity
Just
वाले
as a template for like building future rounds. Let's just say Config was successful in walking through the smoke and getting a double kill into the A bomb site and you win the round. Like, I agree that would be cool, but you actually wouldn't learn very much about what you could do from there on out. Like, it just feels strange as your first round. I won't even say that it's wrong, but it's just an interesting concept for your first round to go for that kind of a gimmick play if you're on the Complexity side. Because, by definition, gimmick can't really be repeated in that fashion. But regardless, we will never know the result. They got really badly outplayed there. Now Cyber's got the AWP.
Short.
He's happy sniping away. He's got some backup in here on RPK underneath Shadow. Poison though, kind of making it work with the Tech 9 for the minute, but Blame F
again
not
clean
gonna take anyone
भाई
else
इतने
with
clean
him.
round जीते इनके
That
पैसे
means
देखो
5
11,000
in a row,
11,000
Vitality
11,000
catch
3
a
लोग के
fire,
11,000
and they get to save so many weapons. They're so rich right now.
They are. And well, now the really interesting thing here is that Poison, he saved up his money for his AWP. So we will get that op in play now, and this is where the pressure is on. I think on Poison in particular, there's a lot of weight on his shoulders because the expectations have been, Complexity have been struggling because he isn't here to bring that op to the fore. And so now that he's finally here, all the expectations, right, from all the fans out there is that, okay,
start
now he's
they're boosting the upper,
one thing is the open,
and they're
right?
pushing
and another thing is the energy that you might put into a team without having the full roster. Shox is going to get caught. That's a nice pick off from Rush, but ᴍᴏ, he's going to stick around, and yeah, he's not even that worried. Deep smoke going in there. They had 3 people at the B bomb site, which is kind of interesting. ᴍᴏ is going to start to rotate back, and they're going to leave Masuta up in the hallways. No one is on catwalk, so Masuta is really exposed.
Nice refrag.
Done there, traded by Config, taking down Apex. Again, that play for information, but this time it actually works out. Config is really here towards connector.
Again, that B bomb side is so vulnerable right now. Config.
There
we go. Quick thinking from RPK, not even worried. He's gonna go take him down. He did spot him the first go around, and now ᴀᴏᴜ and JKS still walking around the middle. Need to find a way to get into a bomb site and get that bomb down, because that's been lacking quite a bit. This is being kept really well, and even if you jump past here, I mean, this is probably the best, maybe second best player in the world, depending on your taste. So you had better be quick about it. Yeah, ᴀᴏᴜ trying to walk in. He was, you know, not so much trying to get past as he was hoping to sneak in a quick fight against someone there. Now, I think there's not much that JKS could do, really, with just 18 seconds. And even Masuta absolutely making sure that there's not going to be a bomb plant here. I can respect it. Molotov comes out, but Masuta is going to just barely stay alive. It was close. But this is great. I mean, what a start. They don't get the bomb plants. They don't really do enough damage. Oh, this is from earlier. He did actually jump on him.
That's wild.
Wow.
Disconnected.
They were freaking out.
international buyer में था gloves के लिए.
That's uncalled for.
And he's giving a good price, but risk भी है ना, तो middleman का थोड़ा discuss करते हैं.
And you literally have to scroll back 2 years before you find a red event for this guy in the ratings. Like, he just does not underperform.
Takes no days off.
It's unbelievable how consistent he is.
It's really hard to explain how that works, isn't it? So, well, we know what we're in for. He's certainly having himself a good game right now. Double up setup on the Vitality side, but you know, the standard classic
for retake.
Towards jungle, towards CT spawn. The bomb is going to be planted here, which is usually
nice
not
play.
The main problem, although this
really
is a
nice
really
play
cool adaptation.
by Complexity.
Not just getting the bomb plant, but actually pushing forward, which they probably have to do given the weaponry that they have on that Complexity
they
side.
have the
but
full jungle control of then they have planted open.
Really deep
very difficult retake. Like, मतलब सब कुछ है इनके पास, not difficult but tricky.
Best case here, they smoke the bomb and defuse it without fighting the rest of Complexity. It's not even worth it, I think. JKS is going to find one kill there, and ᴍᴏ sneaking in. Crab walking. Oh no! Config still picks him up. And now that smoke defuse is just too far away, isn't it? Shox very low on health, and he's going to get found. So Complexity found.
Complexity ने जो play बनाया ना jungle वाला,
they probably shouldn't have been winning at all. And I think Vitality, I actually think they trusted themselves to win those battles way more. They had 3 people walking from CT spawn. I'm pretty sure they had at least 2 smokes. They could have just smoked the whole bomb site and just defused.
They didn't have any, they didn't make use of any of their nades. They had incendiaries, flashes, smokes. They could have used all sorts of stuff and tried to go for some kind of coordinated retake there, but instead they kind of got complacent. That's the feeling you get. But, I mean, you know, they're all chuckling, 6-0. Everything's gone so smooth so far. Now this will be the wake-up call for them, and there's ᴍᴏ catching Poison out immediately in mid, and he has to know that Config isn't far behind. This time, he's not going to get jumped on the head.
And Shox on the other AWP, so that, if Complexity have just lost 3 people, and that's off of winning that one slightly freaky round.
Although Config is now, but RPK is ready for him.
Yeah, but I mean, again, because they've already lost 3, even if he got like a surprise kill here, how much of a, I mean, he'd have to get a surprise triple spray down. Then I'm in. You know, but those are hard to come by.
मैंने round miss कर दिया, पूरा miss.
You have to wait around in the window for a long time before that happens.
नहीं ये zipper नहीं है यार. नहीं ये नहीं है.
Poison had it off. It's like the 1v1.
उसी से बात चल रही है deal की.
So brave.
Well, that's one of the things, right? But that smoke that was down there as well is there to prevent a Molotov from coming in.
Yeah, exactly.
So, because normally that's how you'd stop Cyber from doing that, is just Molotov that position, but I guess that was already accounted for. And I don't know if Cyber was throwing it. It all happened very quickly. ᴀᴏᴜ going down. It is a flawless round from Vitality, and they're up to 7-1. So this has worked out so well, yeah. That's the second kill, or maybe the third for Shox there. Wow. Yeah, this is all working out incredibly well for Vitality. Complexity, feeling the pressure now. Just a bit. They do have the round loss bonus, and that's somewhat helpful. First timeout being used by them. 2 AKs, 2 orbs, and then that 1 M4 on RPK. But yeah, they seem pretty fired up. Cyber's 11-2 at the moment, so that all on its own will, I don't know, that's not good news. The opposite in many ways.
Check this guy also by themselves to pros.
Complexity side of things.
Well, you tend to want to get kills. You know, that's a usual good place to start.
चल रही है मेरी बात अभी बंदे से.
And if you're going to keep running mid and keep struggling to deal with this
$1,000,
it's really going to throw a wrench in things.
मैं ले लेगा वो.
Not done yet though. They do have the AWP still again.
I am confirming कि मतलब payment का कैसे होगा, इसीलिए price तो बढ़िया मिल रहा है.
And Apex playing aggro short will get information from a different angle this time.
I mean, if they can get RPK right here, even the trade, that's not bad at all. Shox, he's going to miss the opportunity, and they do have a smoke to get rid of him. And even
अच्छा, पहला बंदा wide है, secondary frag ले लिया, अच्छा था.
Without putting up any of the grenades, so that's also quite valuable now. Rush can't make it back, but again, this 2-for-2 trade is super worth it for Complexity. They're going to get a quick bomb plant right now. And then the question is, can they slip back away so that they can actually defend this bomb plant? Poison will land a nice shot on Masuta, and that makes it a one-on-one. But now they know where he is, and they have a Molotov, so they can probably block him out of the round, and then just worry about the ramp or middle, depending on where they think he is. ᴀᴏ sneaking up. Yeah, they had no idea who he was. So now it's on Shox. That Molotov never actually went up there. He's going to get one of the kills. HE, that's not quite the same. It needs to be the Molotov, and he's going to fake it once. He's got one chance. If he misses this, it's never going to happen. But he does turn around. Quick kill on Poison. He's got the kit and everything else, and he'll have the round 8-1. That is real close.
That hurts so much. Connected. Complexity. You're getting the bomb down. You're getting post plant. You're getting your positioning well. You even get the read on Apex. You just take his head off because you know that Apex most of the time is going to be coming in from mid.
Disconnected.
And, look at this kill here from Rush. He just sees him coming from a mile away, knows that there's going to be a player there. So everything feels like that went according to plan for Complexity. You just weren't able to lock down this clutch. And that hurts. That hurts so much if you're Complexity. But now at least, you know, you're making them bleed a little bit here, Vitality. They have to spend a lot of that bank that they've been building up, and so that's that bodes well. But Complexity is still enough rifles here for enough money for the rifles.
PayPal मत लेना, PayPal पे reverse होते हैं. अच्छा.
I mean, he almost crouched into the crosshair and still went down.
तो Poison back in Complexity.
He's going to get overwhelmed.
तो फिर किससे transaction करे भाई?
Probably lucky to even
What
get back
do you
from that
suggest
corner.
international transaction के लिए?
I think. So, something is starting to work now for the T side. We had some successful A rounds. I mean, that last one, they probably could have won it. So, I mean, they're proving
मेरे को तो डर ही लग रहा है भाई ऐसी transaction करने का, to be honest. Not even
kidding. It could just also be a bit of a slow start. We've seen that before. Maybe next.
देखते हैं भाई, अभी जो on hand है वो पहले देख लें. अगर यहीं पे हो गया फिर क्या है?
I think maybe it's a good thing to have the AK on Poison right now. I mean, he's gotten 0 kills with the op so far in this first half. So it kind of makes you think perhaps a good thing to change up the pace a little bit here. Just get some AKs, just a quick explosive play, no slow play, nothing too convoluted.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't even seen him really fire the ult. I feel like
and the offer is to go to state scam, take a middleman Reddit पे कुछ से सीधा बैंक अकाउंट ले लें. ये middleman दे रहा है Reddit का ही, but वही मैं confirm करना चाह रहा हूँ कि भाई middleman ही तो सारा वो scammer ना निकले.
Oh no!
इसने मेरे को link दी है.
Like right on
he shot over his elbow. He twitched and shot over his elbow.
Reddit पे कि तेरे पास cash रप है तो मैं direct payment कर देता हूँ, नहीं तो we'll use Reddit का middleman. I would prefer. फिर उसने बताया कि ये moderator fee लेंगे वो ऐसे वैसे. तो वही देख रहा हूँ.
There's something stylish about that.
Let me help you.
I
मतलब sell करने का चल रहा है. हाँ वही चल रहा है यार. मैंने कहा था ना cash out करना तो.
Not the best scoreline for complexity, but you can save this. You
पूरा
can turn
mid
this
देके
around.
खेल रहे हैं. They have changed the style
They
this
did
time.
a lot of economic damage. You could tell on the CT side. Not out of money, but the pressure is on.
मैंने कभी ज़्यादा ट्रेडिंग की नहीं ना, तो मुझे पता नहीं. हेलो मुकुल.
ᴑᴏᴜ got into the window.
वही मैं make sure करना चाहता हूँ कि भाई सही रहे सब.
Rush did
दिक्कत
take
ना हो
an
कोई.
awful lot of damage from that nade, and he ran back
Ember
into
कौन से
that
का हो गया
grenade.
हुआ मुकुल? Yes, पूरा record करो transaction
But
वगैरह.
ᴑᴏᴜ is here,
नहीं तो
and he's
crypto में
calling
ले
a
लो.
rotation to pivot around his position. So he sort of becomes, you know, the center
कोई
of it, and the
experienced
rest of them
trader
are
है ना,
just
उससे भी
gravitating
सलाह
around the
लूँगा.
map now to try
मैंने
and make it back.
बोला है
They
winner
can Molotov
शायद
out
help कर
RPK,
पाएगा,
and if
नहीं
they
तो
do
किसी और से
that, I
पूछता हूँ.
actually think this will work so easily because he
अरे
can't
bro,
smoke
मेरे
himself
को
out either.
nice
He
send
can't put
करने
out
में भी help
the
कर दोगे
flames,
क्या?
and then
आपको
it's
full
just going to be
certificate
done.
seller में दो.
Apex
हाँ बिल्कुल भाई.
caught by ᴑᴜᴜ, but the timing is ridiculous. He was just looking for it. ᴑᴜᴜ even flashed getting a kill, and they're going to hard check RPK. Not going to Molotov him out, so he gets at least the one kill. 30 seconds on the clock, and
Again a
ᴑᴜᴜ still
3v3
hanging around
retake
and
on
just
it. ᴑᴜᴜ is in a
hiding in
really
here in
good
jungle,
lurking
and they
spot,
know it.
but
They
they
don't
know
wanna fight that at
ᴑᴜᴜ is
all.
there.
He shot it out though. ᴑᴜᴜ's gonna get that kill easy peasy. Zowie finds rush as well. Now it's all on JKS.
यहाँ पे ᴑᴜᴜ सिर्फ एक रीजन से एक्टिवली निकला क्योंकि उसको अपनी टीम को स्पेस दिलानी थी, वरना वो नया निकलता.
So
यो स्पीड ऑन वो रोहतक के पास
it's so
में ही
strange
है.
from that tactical
मेरा भी
advantage.
same
You would
issue
think
आ
that
रहा है.
complexity win that round almost 100% of the time.
Without a doubt. I mean, it looks like they're up there. They were very quick in. Zowie's still getting that kill, though. It's so frustrating. But RPK trading 1-for-1, you're like, okay, this is still promising. I mean, it's still a situation where complexity is a 3-on-3. They should be in a position with ᴑᴜᴜ to do something. And I have to quickly make a quick... Poison actually has one op kill, Anders. He has one.
Good. We like the correction.
Out of 2 kills.
Okay.
So it's a it's a 50... You know, it's a... Half of his kills are with the op.
You could have been friendly. Yeah, you could have done like the newspaper thing and just we would have never known something. 2-9, and we're moving into the 12th round. Ooh, it's
ये बताएंगे भाई ये regular trader है जिनको मैंने message किया.
Rush taking down RPK. It feels like when they make it less complex, it actually works out better. ᴑᴜᴜ catching a kill there, and now he just has to stay alive. He doesn't have to do anything else. Apex over the smoke though, but he's surely going to get away.
No!
I can't believe he wins that fight as well. Taking down Rush, that is unbelievable.
Expect
Pretty
him to
good
kill
double kill for
like
Apex.
one more on a.
Ooh, I think he was almost out of bullets even
लगा
starting
नहीं था
that
भाई
second
एक भी
fight.
मार
So
पाएगा.
that's kind of interesting. ᴑᴜᴜ has been flanking around instead of going middle to fight ᴑᴜᴜ. He's now at the T-ramp heading into the bomb site, so he might get nearly a free kill here, at least on one of them. You have to assume it's going to be hard for them to check. But then, what is the follow-up? The bomb is planted out in the open. It's just really, really hard to defuse at the moment. They have a smoke, but well, now they don't. ᴑᴜᴜ gets a bullet in the head, and JKS, he's starting to feel it. Good little double kill for him. Complexity at 3-9. If they get the next 3, which is actually totally doable, then I think we've got a game on our hands.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. They've been put on notice right now, Vitality. Don't get complacent. Again, you should have learned that lesson earlier on. But these very quick plays, I think you're right. I think you nailed it, Anders. Maybe they were just getting a little bit too in their heads, just overcomplicating things. The answer, like, they've been good at getting the bomb planted in these rounds that are straightforward. You know, get onto B, get onto A, just go straight in.
AVC stream भी करता है, हाँ AVC streamer है भाई.
And right now, I think that may be what complexity needs. They are definitely
ये
a
streamer है AVC.
little bit more poised. Although now they
ये
are
trader भी है और ये मेरा दोस्त भी इसलिए इससे पूछ रहा हूँ मैं. He is a really experienced trader.
For Vitality, so it's a good round to do this in because Vitality aren't going to have the best firepower and they're not going to have all the nades.
ये तो मना कर रहा है भाई, ये मना कर रहा है तो मैं नहीं करूँगा क्योंकि he is a really experienced trader.
I understand his positioning.
तब करके.
I mean, it's a bit of an off angle over at B. But he's also going to have
सही कह रहा है
incredibly late warning.
बिल्कुल zero value से अच्छा थोड़ा कम में बेच लो but safely बेचो.
You know, even if he gets a kill, they're definitely going to get the bomb.
लालच करते करते भाई पूरा खत्म हो जाए. मेरा वाला बंदा देख ले, हाँ देखूंगा.
Congregating in middle and then start to make their way. Oh, that is fine from Apex. I'm not even sure how that works, but something tipped him off and he gets the kill. He's back for more. He should have probably had a double right there. That's still pretty impressive.
भाई अब इसको check नहीं करेंगे.
Putting on some pretty good kills right now.
ओ बल्ले बल्ले, ओ बल्ले बल्ले, free frags.
So incredibly well. So even at the limited buy, things are looking fantastic right now for Vitality. En route to pick up a 10th round. And they will on the back of ᴑᴜᴜ and his triple.
Hello Ashwin.
That was so well done. I don't know why Apex is looking annoyed. He might be at the bottom of the scoreboard, but he's actually had some pretty important rounds right now.
For sure. And he's such a sneaky snake. When it comes to these sorts of situations, man, he is always at window lurking around. He loves to jump into mid from window.
That's got to be just purely lineup, right?
Pardon me?
I don't think he could see anything through that.
He's probably just putting shots through.
Yeah, he's like,
But I mean, that's what Apex does. He late round lurks around window, lurks around connector. That's his main thing, his jam.
Semi-buy kiya hai, next buy aa jayega inka.
Nice try to speed things up here.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Short.
He's gonna be so cool. He's very calm, right?
Flash bhi dodge kar liya aur headshot bhi chipka diya.
He didn't act like it. Still just slowly tapping away with the deagle. That's some good stuff.
Well, he is a savage after all.
How he didn't pick the name Savage for his, you know,
I still, you know,
strange.
really, dude. You're given that name, and it just writes itself. But
maybe it was too obvious, right? It's like, you know what? I don't want to be that guy. Oh, setting up a nade here, maybe. Flash, but they still win the fight. And then the follow-up conflict.
Yaar, ye round nahi yaar.
Open for a bomb plant.
ये किस बहुत सही player लगता है, but यही एक बात है, कभी-कभी वो off हो
But at the
जाता
same
है.
time, you're going to the 15th round where these two rifles
भाई
are
अपनी
pretty
पुरानी
much all
teams
you
में
can
बहुत
have, so
consistent था वो,
as
जब से
tempting as it
complexity
is,
में आया ना, इसकी
it's not
performance
100%
थोड़ी
clear
off
that it's
रही है
gonna be
due
worth
to
it.
his roles. जिस
Bit of a
roles
long
में
range
खेल
there,
रहा है ना, वो इसका
and
strongest
they'll lose
role
that
है
one.
नहीं.
Actually, just a leg shot. Oh, that is annoying. If he'd had that kill, it would have been so much easier because he knew the other player was bench, and you could tell he's sort of running for it. Config will take him down at the end. It's a nice triple for Config with the deagle, and that is a 4th round for complexity, which I don't know. I think 10 rounds is actually really respectable for Vitality.
Oh, certainly. I mean, you were really hoping if you're a complexity, I think, to be getting like 8-7, something along those lines. Even then, or even 9-6, but like, yeah, you're getting into double digits on the team.
तेरे वाले बंदे से भी बात करता हूँ.
Granted,
बाद में.
this is a map where Vitality are kind of, you know, I mean, it's weird. You know, it's a stretch to say weak, but it's not their strongest map in the pool.
Yeah, room for improvement.
Sure.
Going with the PR friendlies.
I like how when you say it's not their strongest map, it's still a 75% win rate. 3 wins, 1 loss in the last 3 months. So, you know.
Oh, that is the power of positioning, ladies and gentlemen. Sharks.
Apex
just
तो
assuming
गोली
that
खा
no
लेगा.
one is close, and then you have to have good aim to get that particular shot.
बाद में देखता हूँ.
Players have been doing that, you know, a fair bit. Jumping into the window, being close in some of these. It's really, really helpful. And I mean, that's also part of the reason why it's a little bit confusing that they actually only have 4 rounds on the complexity side right now, because it just feels like it could have probably been more.
Gamble stack कर लेगा
some great rounds where they've actually had, you know,
ये
I
छोड़ ही
think some
दिया है.
deep positions on the map that they
Mid
could have
connector और
converted
B
into
की तरफ
wins.
ही हैं सारे.
I mean, they're getting opening kills.
के साथ ज़्यादा Twitter पे बात करना पड़ता है. हाँ, Twitter है मेरे
I think
पास.
they were their own worst enemy.
अभी भी जो offer आया Twitter पे ही आया है.
But there's Rush clearing out RPK, and that's going to open up this A side. Apex is still here.
चलो भाई,
With this FAMAS,
10-5.
though, it's going to be a stretch.
Yeah, that is not a it's
10-5
not fun.
guys.
But on the other hand, he might have to try and create the opening for his teammates to even
so
get
sharp.
close to a retake. I don't think waiting around for them would have necessarily made that better.
Short.
Misuta now trying to impress us.
Sharp है
है
भाई Misuta का aim आज.
It will be 10-5 at the end of the half in favor of Vitality. That second half is going to be rough for Complexity. It's coming up after the break.
Misuta के highlights देख के प्रोजेक्ट वाला मस्त समझ. I go now. Bye bye. Logi, have you heard of? You should try it. मैं भी कर रहा हूँ. नहीं, मैंने सुना नहीं. क्या है भाई? थोड़ा बताओ यार. What's it? वो बंदे से बात चल रही है मेरी ये भी. मेरा ट्विटर लॉग्ड इन है. ये बंदे से बात चल रही है. यही है वो अपना. Hello antivirus, no background process, no shit. It's a clean version of Windows just for you. अच्छा.
Welcome back once again. Second half is coming up here. We are on the first map still. It's Mirage between Complexity and Vitality. And right now, I don't know, it looked to me like the Frenchmen were about to run away with this whole thing. Yeah. Complexity managed to hang in there with 5 rounds, and I think that's really on the low side.
बात मेरा
but it
भी
could be
जमा
recovered.
देना.
They can make up for it. I think they
मैं
had a
बढ़िया
slow
हूँ
start,
निशांत
let's put it
भाई,
like
आप कैसे हो?
Here we are.
A slow start, Anders, but
yeah.
Nonetheless, you win a pistol round and you're back into the mix.
3 smoke, 2 molly भाई, ऐसा क्या खतरनाक execute कर रहे हैं?
They want to go for a full execute, more or less as full as they can get in the pistol
10
round.
FPS का difference
Only
लगा
2
रहा हूँ.
people
भाई
with
तुम
armor,
बहुत
the rest
technical हो
without
भाई
pistols
आकाश.
and a lot of grenades. So the smoke walls are up. They have the Molotovs. They want to go for it.
JKS ने भाई blind में पहले से कूदते हुए बंदा उड़ा दिया.
He's in it for the headshots. He's already got 2. He can't find a 3rd. And they're going to try and keep pushing, but they're running into a lot of people, and that is not working out. Simon in a 1 versus 3. He's actually just straight checking middle. He wants the second fight already. He knows that they're both there now, and he's turned for it. Instant shot down by Russian. That works out in favor of Complexity. A much-needed round here for the CT side.
Without a doubt, and how they got battered in that T-side pistol. Complexity, this has got to feel good that they were ready for it on the CT side. They gambled B, but JKS held his own here on the A side, did more than was required.
When you step on a Lego in the middle of the night.
When Zywu shoots you for the 100th time with the AWP. That is definitely... That says a lot. But this is going to be a forced buy out of Vitality.
Yeah. Like you're walking around at night and you step on a Lego.
चलो भाई, इन्होंने भी forced buy किया.
For some reason. Like, no.
The stuff of nightmares.
Yeah. It's like you break your toe and you're about to get shot. 17th round.
Nice
right.
shot.
Okay. Casual little shot there. Just not even worried.
Oh, well then.
Those are the kind of shots that
आज practice था क्या? नहीं यार, आज off था. तभी तो रात को stream की मैंने.
You're like, oh, okay.
हमारी practice session का time वैसे ही है. 5:30 to 8:30, then 1 hour break.
Scout away.
Then
now
no scope.
रात को session.
No scope, that's scout.
He did screw up their own HE.
ऐसे 2 session होते हैं दिन में, एक afternoon वाला, afternoon evening और फिर एक night वाला.
Don't even.
बढ़िया system लगा मेरे.
And
it's good
no one
system.
dies on the Complexity side, so they're going to be thrilled about that. And already it's 7-10. There've been no bomb plants, so Vitality aren't going to be buying just yet. This is really good news. That good news can obviously come to an end when Zywu has the orb again, and it's going to be Vitality taking charge of the map.
In Zywu, 14 kills, 9 of those were with an op in the first half. So,
yeah,
if he gets that op, he is dialed in.
Ooh, they could have maybe caught JKS there. Just don't even care about the smoke. Putting a little pressure on him. And yeah, now I think they've stabilized it. You just want to actually
frustrate हो गया होगा JK से राउंड में. Practice कैसे होती है बता सकते हैं? हाँ भाई.
And FAMASas in this round, so it's not like it's
अभी जितना मैंने ये टीम ज्वाइन करने का प्रैक्टिस किया तो क्या किया मैं बताता हूँ. जैसे कि एक सेशन जो दिन वाला है उसमें खेलते हैं भाई स्क्रिम्स या किसी भी तरह की प्रैक्टिस लाइक स्क्रिम्स या पग्स साथ में एज अ 5 मैन, और जो प्रैक्टिस किया हुआ है उस पे खेलते हैं. देन खेलते हैं उस 3 आवर्स में जितने खेल पाए 3 मैप 4 मैप. खेलने के बाद रात को सब आते हैं आफ्टर डिनर, वो रिव्यू करते हैं, कोच हर प्लेयर को दिखाते हैं और समझाते हैं कि भाई यहाँ पे तुम ये बेटर कर सकते थे, ये गलत है, ये सही है, और उसको रेक्टिफाई करते हैं. और नेक्स्ट गेम में उसी को इम्प्लीमेंट करते हैं. तो मतलब प्ले, आइडेंटिफाई द मिस्टेक, रेक्टिफाई इट एंड प्ले द नेक्स्ट डे. समझ रहे हो? वार्ड रिव्यू का सिस्टम काफी अच्छा है और टाइम कंज्यूमिंग है. ऐसा नहीं कि भाई जल्दी 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 देखा और खत्म. काफी टाइम लग जाता है उसमें. व्हाट आर यू ट्राइंग टू बाय? आई एम ट्राइंग टू सेल माय ग्लव्स ब्रो. आई एम नॉट ट्राइंग टू बाय एनीथिंग. लोगी कॉलिंग कौन कर रहा है? सूरज है यार. आईजीएल.
Yeah, and again, with him for complexity, they've given up on the B bomb side.
वही है अभी
IGL. They're just hoping that it's going to be an A fight, and if not, they're going to save the guns.
बाकी देखते हैं. मैं बता दूंगा भाई तुम्हें जो रहेगा फ्यूचर में क्या होगा क्या नहीं.
Fair play. I mean, you know,
ट्रायल एंड एरर टाइप. ट्रायल एंड एरर नहीं कह सकते तुम. खेलते हैं एरर तो होगा ही. अभी ये लोग भी खेल रहे हैं, इनकी गेम में भी एरर होते हैं. जब खेलते हैं, खेलते टाइम नहीं सोचते कि ये गलती है, ये गलती है, ब्ला 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 ब्ला. खेलते टाइम सिर्फ खेलने पे फोकस रहता है. मेरी चैट है. कोई भी प्लेयर ऐसे प्रैक्टिस के बारे में बोलता है ना, अंदर से इतनी क्यूरियोसिटी होती है कि क्या क्या करते होंगे. कितना मजा आता है भाई. सच बात तो जो हार्डकोर प्रैक्टिस होती है ना, उसमें मजा नहीं आता इतना. वो बहुत मतलब दिमाग लगता है उसमें और बंदा बोर भी हो जाता है. अब तुम मेरे को एक बात बताओ, तुमने स्क्रिम्स खेल ली, उसके बाद तुम भाई बैठ के वो डेमो हर बंदे की पीओवी से देख रहे हो, और वो डेमो देखने में तुम्हें 2-3 घंटे लग रहे हैं एक डेमो देखने में. भाई दिमाग कभी कभी नींद भी आ जाती है, दिमाग भी खराब हो जाता है कि भाई हम क्या देख रहे हैं. समझ रहे हो? बट वो हेल्पफुल बहुत ज्यादा है भाई. अगर आपको चांस मिलेगा तो कौन हटेगा, विजार्ड और आई डोंट नो ब्रो. आई कांट से एनीथिंग. फ्यूचर में पता चलेगा जब अनाउंसमेंट होगी तुम्हें भी और मुझे भी. स्क्रिम्स आर अगेंस्ट इंडियन टीम्स, एनी टीम ब्रो जो अवेलेबल होगी, इंडियन, चाइनीज, हांगकांग, बाहर की कोई भी. हम अपनी चीज करते हैं सर्वर में जाके. हम ये नहीं देखते कि सामने ओपोनेंट ये है तो ये करते हैं. बिकॉज़ स्क्रिम्स आर फॉर योर ओन प्रैक्टिस, नॉट फॉर जजिंग द ओपोनेंट्स एक्सेट्रा. उसने कहाँ क्या अच्छा किया. एम पे फोकस नहीं होता डेमो रिव्यू में. डेमो रिव्यू में फोकस होता है डिसीजन मेकिंग पे. एज अ टीम जो तुम्हारा स्ट्रक्चर है तुम वो फॉलो कर रहे हो नहीं कर रहे. एम वेम नहीं देखते भाई डेमो में. I hated every minute of training, but I said don't quit, suffer now and live rest of your life as a champion. Yeah. HSJ, how was your APL with Prajwal darling? So you scrims on ESC or face it?
Yeah, it's pretty.
We have a private server.
Config.
तो उस पे खेलते हैं. अगर स्क्रिम नहीं मिलती तो फेस इट खेलते हैं 2-3 घंटे एक डेमो पे. बाप रे वही ना भाई. अरे जल गया कॉन्फिग. मॉली में खड़े खड़े दो उड़ा दिए.
And as a result, he gets a double kill, but if
it ticked on for even one surprise more, भाई 100 HP लेके इतना cheeky play.
Shot through the bench though, I mean that would do
नहीं भाई सॉरी वॉरी की कोई बात नहीं है भाई. पूछते रहा करो भाई, मैं भी तुम्हें क्लियर कर दूंगा. ये स्कैमर ही है भाई, ये स्कैमर ही है.
Look at this. So there's one, and then he's backing up into it.
100 HP थी, 20 HP बची इसकी. मॉली में लड़ते.
Huge round out of config. That's.
चलो अब गेम पे फोकस करते हैं. हमने बहुत इधर-उधर की बातें कर ली.
You know, big rounds come out. They can feel the hype. They're there for the fist bumps.
Yeah.
This is we're talking about a team that has been heavily isolated, where you got Rush just living out of a hotel room. JKS same thing. You know, like they've just been on their own for months. But if you can actually get the team together now, it's that little bit of LAN, that little bit that might make the difference here on the CT side for complexity. That being said, I mean Vitality, their T side on Mirage is stronger than their CT side, and so. This is where you really need everything to come online for complexity for them to stand a chance against holding off against Vitality.
It's a 2-round gap. Apex is really deep in this.
Apex भाई मारेगा बंदे मेरे को लग रहा है. Apex बना देगा पूरा play.
If they get one opening kill or anything else like that, it should be working. Now Poison. Late information. Little bit of a crossfire there with ᴀᴏᴏ. That's important, but Shock's coming in, and already that leaves ᴀᴏᴏ on an island. He's got nowhere to go.
Refrag him, boys.
He gets a kill, and again that's.
भाई ज़ाइवू और Shocks 10 और 2. एक HP में बचा भाई, 2 HP थी इसकी.
So maybe with a little bit of timing, there's Cyber going down. And Shocks is in middle. He's hoping for that very late lurk in to try and stop the bomb defuse. That means ApeX, grenade at his feet, is going to have to do
Shox
this on
making
his own
the play.
and buy the time so that Shox can actually do anything, because otherwise it's going to be too obvious. He's already walking up behind, and he's going to snatch one. They line up, and he sprays down both of them. That is an amazing play.
यार हक दिया
Instantly with a kill on ApeX, and I think he could have
अच्छा
bought the
खेला
time, but
वैसे
instead
मजा आया
it's
राउंड
gonna
में
be
पूरा
complexity with a
अच्छा
10th
स्प्लिट
round.
था कोऑर्डिनेटेड
buddy,
अच्छी
we
ट्रेडिंग
keep
भी
an
हुई
eye on
मजा आया
Apex, exactly, for the
एपेक्स का
Apex cam.
थोड़ा सा भाई
That
एफ हो
feels
गया
like that could have definitely been a round
प्रज्वल ने
going
दो मैं
Apex's way
बेटी
at
दे
the
दी आई
end there.
वांटेड टू डॉज बट आई सेड वन मोर
And we're gonna
चांस
see
हां देखा
Shox's
ना मैंने देखा
marvelous spray. I hope we have that. Because this is config coming in.
ब्रो
Annihilate
मेरे को
Zyro,
एक
fair
बंदे
enough.
ने मेरे
Shoxy with the
15
double, though. That was
के नाइफ के
monster.
लिए 2 लाख का नाइफ दे रहा था साले की
I mean,
नाइफ ऑफर भी नहीं देते लॉल
It's hard to know what kind of a call Apex
कौन
got
सा
from
नाइफ
his
है
team,
पल्लव
you
तेरे
know?
पास अब
They
2
know that
उंगली
he's there.
खा
'cause
लिया
Zowie also came in, took out Blame Man.
यार शॉक्स
So
ने
they
बना
know
दिया था
where
भाई
he
पूरा
should-
प्ले
he
घूम
should
के
be
अराउंड
in
द
that
वर्ल्ड
scenario.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if you know, if his team was saying, you know, he's out of the open, like just catch him right now. He's looking middle.
Sure.
Poison starting this round off. Oh wow, that is exactly what we were waiting for.
Poison.
A quad kill. The
एडवर्ड
first
बाइक
two,
पे बैठ
yeah,
के ए
their
डोर भाग
openings
के
towards
आ
the
रहा है
middle,
मार
that's
के
fine.
जा
Well,
रहा
one
है
of them he
देखा
was
था
towards
उन्हें
the palace, but
फेल्चर
they actually tried to run
टाइगर
him
टूथ
down.
फैक्ट्री
They might have
नाइस
had a
यार
similar thought in the back of their mind, thinking, you know what, he's had a bit of a cold start with that AWP.
तुमने खरीदा है
test
कि
this
तुमने
kid and
ट्रेडिंग
see what
करके
he's got.
बनाया है अपना
Well,
नाइफ
you just found out.
कि तुम भी मेरी तरह लकी
Zyro
थे भाई
sneaking on in.
अनबॉक्स सीधा
Poison is towards the middle, so less likely getting an ace at the moment. But what a way to bring it back on par here. Zyro
एंड्रेस का
versus
रिएक्शन बहुत
5
सही रहता है
with 58 seconds, and he's going to need to have some help from them, right?
कोई भी
He
पीकी
needs
नहीं कर रहा भाई
a free
फुल
couple of kills
डिसिप्लिन
here where they find
तगड़ा
one at a
कमबैक
time.
कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी
And when you look at the scoreboard and see that it's Zyro left, you're probably not going to be giving him many of those. Well, there's going to be one shot, and it's
Nice.
JK has to take the last one. 11-11, all tied up. Oh man, let's see. That's what I was waiting for from Poison. And we had to wait.
क्या लगता है
pretty
कौन
deep into
जीतेगा
it.
भाई
Not that he's been
वाइटैलिटी
doing
की
nothing,
उम्मीद
but
ज्यादा है यार
I think that's the level you want him at,
But
right there.
तुम्हारे सामने ही है
Without a
भाई
doubt, Anders.
खतरनाक गेम चल रहा है
Without a doubt.
हेलो
That
प्रीतिश
finally puts him on the board in terms of opening kills as well. He'd lost all of his opening
पॉइजन
kills
की
before
देखते हैं
then, but
4 के
this, gives him that opening kill in the round and the
Shot.
follow-up as well. The big multi-kill.
थर्ड शॉट बहुत
bumps
प्यारा
those
था
op numbers up. But a nice thing here as well is not that it's just all the eyes on Poison, because obviously him catching up is a good thing, but Config right now is going toe-to-toe with Zyro in terms of performance. And he's coming out ahead.
हिट हो गए
And this
होंगे
is also
वाइटैलिटी
one of the
वाले
key figures that we need
नहीं
to keep
भाई
an eye on here.
गिव
Is
अवे
that
में
Config
जीता
really
था
step up
अरे
and have that star
नाइस
performance for them to have a
लकी
chance.
लाइक मी
Oh,
नाइस
nice
रिफ्रैग
shot. I was going to say, actually, JK has played that
नाइस
really
भाई
well.
मिसूटा
Masuta, though,
कितना शार्प लग रहा है भाई आज
continue
एम
to
पे बहुत शार्प लग रहा है
Vitality with just pistols and not that much to work
Apex
with,
is
but
in a really
made
good
a lot
position
out of
let's
it
see
for
अगर
now.
इसने एक भी मार दिया ना यहाँ
Apex
से
in the middle, he's
काम
gonna
हो जाएगा
Well, be spotted by Rush.
हो नहीं पाया
The bomb is planted. Plenty of
पॉइजन का
smokes to
बहुत
again throw onto
अंडर
the
में
bomb and
खेलता
try and see if
है
you can
वाइटैलिटी
defuse
पे
inside
लगाता
of
हूँ
it.
बैट अरे बैट मत लगाओ फिर
Never a
बाद में
bad
मेरे पास
idea.
आओगे भाई हरवा
Shots
दिया
out here on the ramp. He's got Zyro behind him, so they've got
अगर
a
जीत
bit
गए
of a
भाई फिर
layered
मेरे को
fallback
मेरा
there.
रिवॉर्ड
You
देने
take
जरूर
one of
आना
them down, maybe don't realize there's going to be a second one. Shots. He's dead, and Masuta is going to be on his own, trying to win this round entirely alone. He's so
ऑलमोस्ट फ्लिक
close.
दे दिया था भाई
There's the bomb.
Nice try.
17 health from
Nice
an
try,
ace
bro.
is Masuta. He opened it up and he nearly finished it. That is so much work for one player.
But that's what you gotta need here from Complexity, man. You've got the clutch, you've got it all right now on Complexity. They
कहाँ
are coming
लकी
online,
आपने
this
पहले
team.
केस में ग्लव्स निकाल
And
दिए
I mean,
व्हाट
it's
आर
gotta
दी
be the
ऑड्स
fact that they're on land together. I mean, it's hard to attribute it to anything else. I mean, Poison being back into it, they've had time to practice together as well now with Poison in the roster, so it's not like he just
that's
showed
good
up
news.
yesterday.
ओ
They've
भाई
definitely been putting work in. And this is going to be the key. This is going to be the key, is if you can start to get Apex tilting, that's where it starts to go downhill for Vitality. That's the big Achilles heel right now in this Vitality roster, is if Apex starts smashing his keyboard, things start to look good
a
for
good
you.
IGL always
If you can
sacrifices
actually
his
get him to
stats
destroy his keyboard, that
भाई
you're
एम पे
gonna play
बंदा आ
with
रहा है तो
the
मारे ना
stats,
क्या
so it's
हक दे
really
क्या
The literal turret.
You could bind mouse 4 and 5 to like walking forward and backwards, and then just
What's really cool though is that this is why sometimes you got to be careful about just looking at kills, because JKS, he's only got 15 kills. Config has got 23, but JKS has got nearly 90 ADR right now. So it's like JKS is getting in these fights. He's having an impact.
Yeah, I mean, this is the kind of complexity we'd love to see right now.
It was the big question mark going into the
One
series.
expert
Which
is
one were we
good
gonna get?
too.
Yeah, we just didn't know. It didn't look like it was going to
Sab
be anything
juari
worth really
ho,
thinking
hai?
about at the beginning. Now, well,
Only
Apex
me,
is
good
down.
boy, no
First
betting.
off the bat, through a smoke in middle. So yeah, talking about getting him annoyed. They're trying to push through that smoke, but they realize that is not going to be a good idea. And now,
Complexity का IGL कौन है?
they've
Blame F.
already tipped their hat a little bit here, or tipped the game off a little bit. They've shown themselves on that ramp.
What was this? A little lady moment?
Yeah, something like that.
Tip the hat just a little bit.
Listen, they are, you know, the French. They're polite. They just peek into that A-bomb site, say, you know, mademoiselle. What's going on here? We're backing out again. Listen, I obviously don't know anything about French culture. I'm sorry.
Is that a baguette? Oh, you're just happy to see me.
Yeah.
All right.
Anybody want any croissants? And then they're throwing those instead of grenades.
अरे भाई दूसरा स्मोक ब्लॉक हो गया बी शॉट जाने वाला स्मोक डालना था पॉइजन फ्री किड्स उठाएगा
Can he get this flick? Oh, he seems so warmed up. It's Cyber on the other side though, and the
Nice
flash
flash.
cancel out the fight for the minute. But Russian config over at the B bomb site.
मैं एज
and
इन्वेस्टमेंट
they've
ये
got a
के
lot of work
खरीद
to do
लिया
here.
पता नहीं
Config,
कितना
it's
वेट करना
easy
पड़ेगा
for
उसका
him,
प्राइस
though.
बढ़ने
Big
के लिए
double, Sharks will take down his
रेवन भी
teammate.
मेरे को कह रहा था
Just
कि अपने
continues.
ग्लव्स बेच
Yeah.
के
So config
बटरफ्लाई
in
ले
this
ले और
group,
उसको
Ryzen
होल्ड
on one
कर
health, fair
मैं
play,
कहा
but
भाई रहने
he's
दो
got
भाई
26
अपने को
and 13,
ज्यादा प्रॉफिट नहीं
and
चाहिए अपने को जितना
I mean,
मिला है ना
he is
बस
a player
उसका
that can take
कैश
over a
दिलवा
game.
दो
It's so outrageous.
It's taken off. It's definitely a win condition for Complexity. They need. Talking about it this morning.
ये
where
स्मोक
config,
फेल हो
you're
गया
not really
पहला
sure which
बंदा
config
इसलिए
you're
मर
gonna
गया
get.
भाई
Is it gonna
ऊपर
be
से
bottom barrel
नहीं तो
config, or is it going to be absolute
मरता
dominant
ना
config? And it feels like he just goes one to the other. There's no like middle ground config.
कॉन्फिग
And
मार
right
रहा
now,
है
we're
बहुत
definitely getting top shelf config. This is the config that you savor. He is definitely performing right now, and he's getting those first kills in as well. So that's creating opportunities for his team.
13 to 11, 5 in a row for Complexity. They're just building on it. And Vitality, I mean, they're running out of cash and certainly running out of rounds as well. Rush with a bit of a setup. I think he might have made a little bit of noise here, certainly with the scoping, but is it enough to tip them off? There's the early exchange, but Shox is right in front with a MAC-10, and he's running in front of them. Is it going to be enough? No, it won't. There's a team kill, and then a double from Rush.
यार
So the bomb is now stuck
चाइना
up
की
there, and
वजह से
they're
ही
never going to
बढ़
get it
रहे
back.
हैं प्राइसेस
Shoxy played that so well, and then Zywu assassinated him. Shoxy wasn't running back.
Choking
He
हो
wasn't
गए
running
भाई,
away,
choking.
Zywu. You didn't have to stop him from abandoning his post.
Up out of the trenches and go fight. Like, there's no turning
Yeah,
back.
Shoxy was facing him.
एबीसी का भी
That's pretty rough, man.
एफकेएमएफ था वो
Misuta,
बेचा कुछ 65
He's
पे
had
उसका
some
प्राइस
really
90
cool
के अराउंड
rounds,
हो
but
गया
I think this
अभी
is just,
ओ माय
it's not really
गॉड
about him as a player, it's just there's just too much
सेलिंग
in
में
front of him,
सही
isn't
में
there?
प्रॉब्लम
Too many
आती है
obstacles.
मेरे को
Rush
भी
with a
स्किन
nice
गारंटी में
triple
वगैरह पे सेल
Complexity
करने
at
बोल रहे थे
14-11. And they just
भाई
seem like they're
होपफुली
not
मेरे
gonna
को
let go of this
बढ़िया
game now. They
प्राइस मिल
seem
जाए ग्लव्स की
so dialed in.
Well, that was
70,000 तक
this
के
is
बिक
one
जाए
thing
भाई
actually.
मजा ही आ जाएगा
Shoxy
मजा
actually
ही आ
mutes his
जाएगा
mic. So when he rages, for example, when he starts tilting, he'll flick his mic, the mute button on his headset real quick, rage a bit, and then turn his mic back on again,
कास्टर
so it
सुन
doesn't
रहे हो
go
क्या
into
बोल रहा है
TeamSpeak with his team, right?
शॉक्सी
So, a
के
little detail, you know, veteran
बटन है भाई
players like
माइक
that,
म्यूट
you
का
know
रेज
how to
करता है
play
माइक
online. You
म्यूट
don't
करके
wanna-
और
you
फिर
don't
खोल
want
लेता है
that going into the comms. right?
एपेक्स माइक पे
Muddying
रेज
up the
कर
comms.
देता होगा लुल
I like that. I feel like it's just gonna get all bottled up for him personally.
एपी वाले
But
ग्रुप पे
fair
कोई
enough,
ऑफर
I
नहीं
totally
आया
get it.
आए यार बट
Well, I mean, right
low
now,
balling
there needs to be
offers
a little
हैं
bit of
काफी
rage here on Vitality side. They need some hunger.
पल्लव भाई ऑफर नहीं आ रहे ना यार उतने ऑफर आया अभी तक 60,000 का समझ रहे हो तुम 60,000 का इंडियन बायर से
right? The difference between first and second half, it's really quite amazing. Ooh, Poison nearly getting caught off guard. He's still gonna stand and fight, but will get found by Apex. Another good entry for him. JKS though doing the best that he can, and it's really good. A triple shutdown as they come out of the abs, leaving Saiwu alone in a 1 versus 5. And he's going to get a bit of a fight there. Probably not necessary. Probably could have just stuck around and played it safe.
एपेक्स की 3 उंगली
Shouldn't
का
be
है
possible
आज
for him
किने
to do
गुत्ती
much
पकड़
here.
ली शॉक्स
40 seconds. He
की
can make it back to the B bomb site, but not in a slow fashion. So by the time he gets there, when config is so far up towards the catwalk, he'll
नहीं
heal
निकाल
him.
पाएगा भाई
and then they'll
नंबर
call
1
and blame
प्लेयर
F
भी
and
वर्ल्ड का
everyone
एक क्लच
else,
नहीं
so
निकाल पाएगा देख
I'm really
लेना
blaming Saiwu, but I
तो फिर
don't think
कुछ
this is
भी
going to be
नहीं
working.
मिलेगा
I'm
ऐसे
not
लग
sure.
रहा
Is
है
it just they're already
तुम
moving.
मेरे को
Blame
दे
F
दो
is
भाई
already on the
तुम्हें
way.
प्यार मिलेगा
They heard him.
तुम्हारा पता है कितने का बिक जाएगा तुम्हारा? 15,000 का है ना भाई? 10,000 तक तो बिक ही जाना चाहिए भाई, ये मैं अंदाजे से बोल रहा हूँ यार, क्योंकि ना जो ओरिजिनल वैल्यू है ना, सरप्राइज, ओरिजिनल वैल्यू पे कोई नहीं खरीदता, ओरिजिनल वैल्यू से थोड़ा कम में ही जाता है। अगर 15 का है तो आराम से जाएगा भाई 11-10 तक। पैसों से क्या करने की सोच रहा है? कुछ भी नहीं भाई, अपने घर वालों को दूंगा मैं यार, कुछ करने की नहीं सोच रहा। किस चीज की बात चल रही है, क्या बेच रहे हो भाई? वो जो ग्लव्स अनबॉक्स किए थे वो कैश आउट करने हैं यार, उसकी बात कर रहे हैं। कुछ काम नहीं कर रहा भाई, कुछ काम नहीं कर रहा तो रश करवा रहे हैं। यू आर रशिंग रश। चलो भाई, क्या फ्लिक मारा है भाई ने, बढ़िया। हाँ भाई, मैं भी 12 का सोच रहा हूँ। कॉन्फिग मार चुका भाई 30, रुक ही नहीं रहा भाई आज। फ़्लेमएफ वो नहीं एक्सपेक्ट करेगा ये। किसने सोचा था भाई मिराज हारेगी वाइटैलिटी?
On Mirage, the very first map in this best of 3. What a crazy way to get this series started.
Excellent stuff, Anders. Excellent stuff. Because you know what? This guarantees an answer to the question that we were all wondering.
I didn't expect
this as well. What's happening with vitality and substitute players? Now, at least, if it goes to 3 maps, we're going to get into Nuke, and it's going to get real fun. But it turns out the third time.
चलो अच्छा है भाई, ओवर पास अगला मैप। बाय बाय, टाटा खत्म, बाय। अभी भाई एक ही मैप हुआ है, अभी 2 मैप और हैं। मिराज तो कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी का ही पिक था ना? यस, नेक्स्ट मैप ओवर पास है जो है वाइटैलिटी का पिक। जिसने आपको 60 का ऑफर दिया है उसको आप एक बारी मेरा हो जान दो पल्लव भाई, फिर मैं करवा दूंगा आपका भी, बात करके अपने दोस्तों से कि मेरे हैं ट्रेडर दोस्त हैं, वो करवा देंगे, मतलब कुछ ना कुछ तो दिलवा ही देंगे ऑफर में बिना स्कैम हुए।
Don't underestimate ᴍᴏᴜ.
You guys think about that for the break and the desk and then the second map. Stay tuned. We'll be
ये वाला मैच भी बहुत बढ़िया होगा guys. This game. Vitality over pass GG. Yeah.
If I had some better gloves, yeah, I would probably be a better player. So show me some good ones.
देखते हैं भाई ये gloves.
Now I might get some hate for this one.
If I had to pick between these two, I think I would go with the Vice.
I would have picked the superconductor ones because pink and gloves, I don't know about that one, Chef. I think they're too bright.
I'm gonna go with the superconductor. I think the texture on the back of the gloves looks incredibly good.
अभी easy kind of ऑफ चल रही है, हाँ थोड़ा। कितने पैसे डाल चुके हो वैसे स्किन्स अनबॉक्सिंग वगैरह में? ज़्यादा नहीं है, और जितने डाले भी हैं वो सारे स्टीम वॉलेट कोड जीता था मैं टूर्नामेंट में, तो उससे ही डाले हैं, तो कुछ खुद से इन्वेस्टमेंट नहीं लगी। हेलरेजर्स को जीतना चाहिए। योर फेवरेट प्लेयर निको, बढ़िया भाई। टर्टल वाले तो भाई बिल्कुल ऐसे ही लग रहे हैं भाई, कछुआ है एकदम।
The greens always take it. Let's go with the Moto Gloves turtle.
I like the turtle ones. I think they're pretty cool. They look nice.
Hand wraps? Gonna go with the royal blue cobalt skulls.
Cobalt skulls.
I would go with for the blue ones. Cobalt skulls.
Go with the red over the blue. Definitely go with the slaughters.
Ooh, I would pick the slaughter ones. I think they look pretty nice.
I think I'd go with the skulls. Blue has a pretty nice look to it.
Normally it's always the greens, but with the marble fade on the line.
Marble fade versus emerald web.
Oh, I think I have the left one. I'm not sure though. Yeah, I will go with the marble fade.
Yeah, I would go with the marble fade because I like colors. What can I do? I think the marble fades look really nice here. Has a nice color to it.
I would choose
फ़्लेमएफ के पास है emerald web.
I might get those. If someone wants to gift them to me, I would take them for free, please.
भाई गिफ्ट में तो सब फ्री ले लेंगे।
स्नो
लेपर्ड बढ़िया लग रहा है भाई, स्नो लेपर्ड लग रहा है बढ़िया अपने को तो।
King snake. Go with the king snake, especially that it was a gift from Amanek, so always in my earth hole. I think go with the leopard just because it has a cool design to it. They're kind of pretty similar.
These looks gross. If I had to pick, I'll pick the king snake.
This looks gross.
The amphibious or the Pandora's box.
Pandora box भाई मेरे फेवरेट हैं ये तो, any day भाई Pandora box.
So Pandora's box, please.
For the blue ones, I will go with the amphibious because yeah, I don't know, I don't really like the purple ones. They look That's really good.
I would still go with the Pandora box because I think it's more original, I would say. I think I go with the Pandoras here. I think purple is pretty nice.
Red ज़्यादा cool
as
लगते
long as you
हैं.
have a knife to match it.
मेरे तो favorite Pandora box ही है भाई.
Ooh, I would pick the Pandora's box. I think they look pretty cool. I like the sport gloves. I like the texture in them.
तो अब निको भी ले रखा है. पता नहीं को निको के कौन से हैं, इतना याद नहीं. Hellraiser will win this game. Why did Navi senior lineup pick up bit? Why not ᴑᴄᴇ while ᴑᴄᴇ is? Why? Because ᴑᴄᴇ is a primary opper and they don't needed a opper. They needed someone who is a good rifler and bit is one of the best riflers in Navi junior. रोल की भी बात होती है, सिर्फ स्टैट्स मैटर नहीं करते भाई. अब एक टीम में 2 या 3 ऑपर नहीं खिला सकते भाई. ᴑᴄᴇ is underage. पार्थ निको क्रिम्सन वेब.
Feeling it, you could see it in the movement, you could see it in all the duels he took. You saw when he dropped the third one as well with the AWP, jumping out the window, going for duels, nading left, right, and center.
You pick players on the basis of highlights.
He's playing his absolute best. That is X factor when it comes to Counter-Strike. He had a stellar
I
game.
am flat player in ᴑᴏᴜ, but I don't know why I enjoy watching CSGO more than ᴑᴏᴜ. Lol, it's more fun and heavily strat based. Yeah, CSGO निखिल best game. तभी तो बर्लिन मेजर में गार्डियन के साथ खेल नहीं पाए. Next 2 matches हो या नहीं, ये मैप्स तो देखने वाला हूँ. सब्सक्राइबर गेम होगा कभी. शर्लॉक भाई कुछ कह नहीं सकता यार अभी. Not gonna make you awkward. How was your experience at LPU? भाई LPU में यार परफॉर्मेंस एज अ टीम अच्छी नहीं थी यार, हार गए थे. एंड इवेंट वाज गुड उस टाइम पे. यू कुड से लाइक बिगेस्ट इवेंट इन नॉर्थ इंडिया. तो बट इंडिविजुअली और एज अ टीम इतना अच्छा खेले नहीं भाई, तो बाहर हो गए. ऑफुल ऑकवर्ड ऑफुल वगैरह ऐसी कोई बात नहीं. एक्सपीरियंस अच्छा ही था, मजा आया. बट बस वही है यार, खुद खेल नहीं पाए ना वहाँ पे बढ़िया. तो इंडिविजुअली और एज अ टीम इतना बढ़िया नहीं था अपने ले ऑन अ पर्सनल लेवल. बाकी इवेंट वाज गुड. 15 हो गया हो शायद. मिसूटा ने भाई बहुत क्रिस्प शॉट्स मारे हैं भाई डीगल से और बाकी वेपन से भी. क्लीन. जी याद है आपको राजन भी? हाँ भाई, हम उनसे आ रहे थे, स्वैगी वगैरह से आ रहे थे इन क्वार्टर फाइनल आई थिंक. पता क्या था मेरा लाइनअप? मैं HSJ, गोस्ट वेरीफाइड, X1 और एक और कौन था मेरे को नाम नहीं याद. आई थिंक वेक्सी था. आई थिंक नॉट श्योर, वेक्सी था शायद. नेक्स्ट मैच कब है आपका? 10th को है यार. 10th को अगेंस्ट ब्लेज मास्टर्स का. माय लास्ट गेम विद. अच्छा वेक्सी नहीं था, एफ बॉय था. ठीक है हाँ वही से 16. अपना नेक्स्ट मैच उसके साथ होगा, ब्लेज के साथ 10 तारीख को. और वो मेरा लास्ट मैच होगा वाइब से. अगर हम जीत गए तो मैं कंटिन्यू करूंगा वो टूर्नामेंट में ऑफ कोर्स, नहीं तो वो नॉकआउट गेम है इसलिए. बाकी मैंने टीम तो तुम्हें पता ही है अब कौन सी है. LPU कब गए थे? आई थिंक 2018 था वो. आई डोंट रिमेम्बर 18 या 17 था. 18 ही था आई थिंक. 17 नहीं 18 था आई थिंक. मेरा मैसेज हेडशॉट पे जब परमानेंट हो जाओगे तब एज अ पार्टी सब गेम्स लेना. देखते हैं भाई. 10 मिनट में नेक्स्ट में 2018. यस समर्स 2018 ही था. LPU कॉलेज तो भाई बहुत बड़ा, इनका कैंपस भाई इतना बड़ा था ना भाई. उछल गए थे भाई, उछल. जितने भी लैंड्स मैंने आज तक खेले हैं ना भाई, सबसे ज्यादा मजा आता है भाई जब सारे बंदे इकट्ठे हो, दोस्त हो, मजे हो, हारो जीतो वो सेपरेट पार्ट है, बट जब इतने बंदे इकट्ठे होते हैं साथ में भाई, बातचीत करते हैं, टाइम स्पेंड करते हैं, अलग ही वाइब, अलग ही फन होता है भाई, बहुत मजा आता है। आईआईटी बॉम्बे भी गए थे बीच में ना, हाँ आईआईटी बॉम्बे भी गए थे। एचपीके के बारे में बताऊं ना भाई, एचपीके काफी नॉलेजेबल और बढ़िया कोच है यार। अगर आई वुड डेफिनेटली से कि वो किसी भी टीम को बहुत बेटर बना सकते हैं अगर उनके प्लेयर्स फॉलो करें भाई जो वो सिखा रहे हैं, एंड इजीली एशिया में भी compete कर सकती हैं उनकी सिखाई गई चीज़ों पे एक टीम इजीली। अब होपफुली ये टीम भी भाई कुछ कर पाए जो वो सिखा रहे हैं, क्योंकि जो वो सिखा रहे हैं वो करना थोड़ा मुश्किल है, क्योंकि जो नेचुरल गेम है प्लेयर्स की और जो एक अच्छे प्लेयर की गेम होती है वो बहुत डिफरेंट है, और उसको बनाने के लिए बहुत मेहनत लगती है, प्लेयर की भी और कोच की भी। कोच अपना रोल पूरा कर रहा है, बट अगर प्लेयर अपना रोल पूरा नहीं करेगा, जो कोच उसको कह रहा है करने को, वो प्रैक्टिस नहीं करेगा और वो इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं करेगा, तो कोच का कोई फायदा नहीं है, समझ रहे हो? एंड एज अ कोच ही इज पुटिंग इन अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम एंड ही इज डूइंग रियली गुड। इट्स ऑन द प्लेयर्स नाउ कि if players are able to perform individually as well as implement the stuff he's teaching। एक दिन एम क्रिस्प होता है और एक दिन और दूसरे गेम्स थोड़ा कम, ये सबके साथ है यार, सबके साथ है ये, सिर्फ तुम्हारे साथ नहीं भाई, मेरे साथ भी होता है भाई, इतना ज़्यादा डीएम प्रैक्टिस करने के बाद भी, और बहुत फ्रस्ट्रेटिंग हो जाता है, बट फिर अपने आप को मेंटली रीसेट करके एक पॉजिटिव माइंडसेट के साथ चलते रहना पड़ता है। ये पिछले 2-3 दिनों से मेरी जो इंडिविजुअल गेम है इतनी अच्छी नहीं चल रही है, और मेरे लिए बहुत फ्रस्ट्रेटिंग हो जाता है वो कि भाई इतना खेलने के बाद, ट्रेनिंग करने के बाद मैं इतना गंदा नहीं खेल सकता। अब ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं गंदा खेल रहा हूँ, बट आई एम नॉट प्लेइंग द वे आई प्ले, आई एम प्लेइंग बिलो एवरेज। एक होता है एवरेज, एक होता है बिलो एवरेज, अभी बिलो एवरेज वाला चल रहा है टू बी ऑनेस्ट 2-3 दिनों से पिछले, तो मेरे को उसको फिक्स करना है भाई एनी हाउ। ये कौन है भाई? Who is this guy?
Going out of the game, right, having all these things to deal with, then coming back in and playing a game of this level, it is not easy, right? You don't just come back and you're like, okay, I can swing around and do the same shots I used to see. It takes a bit of time, doesn't matter how much deathmatch.
Guys, जिसने stream like नहीं किया, like कर दो यार, so many watching and likes are less. Hello Wonder, what's up bro? आप ग्लोबल थे एंड ऐसे बोल रहे हो जैसे उम्र हो गई अब। नहीं नहीं, ऐसा तो कुछ नहीं है यार, अभी भी भाई कोई भी आ जाए पीट देंगे भाई, या पिट जाएंगे। ब्रो शाउट आउट देना एक। हेलो प्रीतिश, शाउट आउट। तो भाई ये क्या दिखा रहा है फोन पे भाई, हमें भी दिखा दे रश भाई, हम भी हंस लेंगे।
They have to use that as a fuel. They have to use that, right? Because the indicators, the data, the experts, sure,
Northern Arena.
This is a really hard group to qualify, but they are finally together, and I think they need to use that energy. They need to use these positive
Vitality वाले सभी ऐसे बैठे हैं सोच में।
Have a crazy run. Hell, we've seen NIP qualify through Group 1 to the finals. Who's to say Complexity with Poison can do it?
Already starting that off if it could be a possibility, and it certainly could, but it's all about this next map and Overpass, which is going to be coming our way. When it comes to what we saw from ᴍᴇᴱ, I want to highlight him because we did touch on him quite a lot going up into this. Sure. He actually did deliver and play to his role, play to his job very well.
Yeah, he was good, especially on the T side. I feel like he was one of the few players finding some impact and trying to push Complexity back into the game, so that was positive.
Overpass Vitality का है, yes, and Overpass one of the best maps है Vitality का, one of the best in the world, entire world.
Involved in the game, you're involved on the server, so to me that is another great sign for JKS and Complexity.
Yeah, my 2 cents on JKS is that basically he's a player that benefits from having a logic.
डेथमेकर बोला था एक स्ट्रीम में कि इंडिया का एम एशिया में सबसे अच्छा है, वर्ल्ड लेवल पे कम्पीट करने जैसा। आपका क्या ओपिनियन है? मेरे को नहीं लगता भाई कि इंडियन प्लेयर्स का एम इतना अच्छा है। डिसेंट है, कुछ प्लेयर्स का होगा भाई, जैसे डेथमेकर का एम बहुत सुपीरियर होगा, बट ऑन इफ आई टेक ऑन अ स्किल लेवल, इंडिया में अगर 5 डेथ मेकर जैसे मैं बोलूँ कि एमर्स हैं, रॉ एमर्स तो नहीं है, बहुत कम है। इफ यू और एम भी उतना स्ट्रांग नहीं है, और फंडामेंटली और टैक्टिकली तो थोड़ा वीक है ही है हम। सब बात बताऊंगा, मैं घुमा फिरा के बात नहीं करता। तभी भाई इंडियन टीम्स इतना अच्छा परफॉर्म नहीं कर पाई हैं CSGO में ऑन कंसिस्टेंट बेसिस। बहुत ही irregular and inconsistent results.
It's about finding a way to integrate, of course, Nvdia, ᴍᴏᴜ, and making sure that they stay
Deathmaker बहुत gifted था भाई mechanically.
We see a dip in form for Vitality. That happens to all teams, even Astralis, even Navi, all out there. But to fight back from that point, that's what makes the character of the team shine through. So even if we are watching and witnessing Vitality, maybe in a bit of a down period right now, to see them maybe fight back here in Overpass and still get a win despite only playing their C or D level.
हम पीछे रह गए हैं.
And do we feel comfortable them, even so, just say Overpass it goes their way, do we feel them comfortable in the third?
Yeah, if Vitality
आपके टीम का कोच है? यस, HP के कोच है पल्लव, उन्हीं के बारे में बात कर रहे थे थोड़ी देर पहले। हेडशॉट esports में HP के इस कोच।
In the past, Vitality had shut down team with a very strong CT side and maybe a little bit of momentum on the T side. You win a pistol round, you weasel, you
When will I play LAN? I call Logi. When I will play LAN, I call Logi and say thank you.
But I cannot accept
why, bro?
situation on Overpass.
And look
why
at
so?
We just saw that they were very close coming out from Betway. All things changed around because
India में slow rounds काफी कम दिखते हैं, mostly passer, healthy team, जबकि बाहर generally. You are right. Like बाहर की गेम में you will see a lot of default being played out, and mid round में they are adjusting and doing stuff. But in Indian CS you'll see more of fast plays early round, random rushes on bomb sites, and just relying more on the individual skills instead of the strategy and the fundamentals. Indian CS equal to EU facet level 10. अच्छा भाई, HB के इंडिया के पुराने प्लेयर हैं क्या? Yes, he used to be like one of the best players in North India, and इंडिया में उनकी टीम का लगा लो तुम टॉप 5 में थी 1.6 में। CS भी उन्होंने खेली है अर्ली डेज में, बट CS में इतना उनका नाम था नहीं। बाकी एंड अचीवमेंट्स मैटर नहीं करती भाई, एक्सपीरियंस एंड अचीवमेंट्स आर टू डिफरेंट थिंग्स। पीपल माइट नॉट नो हिम, but I know him, I have played with him, and his knowledge about the game is way too high. And उनको जितनी नॉलेज है गेम के बारे में, I don't think इंडिया में किसी को भी होगी। This is my opinion. Ben Kai also left CS. Yes, I saw. HB के आपके प्रैक्टिस टाइम पे रहते हैं क्या? Yes, कोच हैं तो रहेंगे ही ना। He's there in practice, he's there in scrims, he's there on matches. मतलब matches spec करते हैं, scrims spec करते हैं. He keeps on noting what's like being wrong, क्या fix करना है, etc etc. HP के आपके फ्रेंड लिस्ट में हैं यार? मेरे दोस्त हैं भाई, कोच हैं, मेरे पुराने टीममेट हैं, लिस्ट में तो होंगे ही ना यार। वो मेरी व्लॉग में भी हैं, ये वाली व्लॉग में। क्या यार प्रीतिश यार, तुम फॉलो नहीं करते भाई को, नहीं तो तुम्हें पता रहता। ओ भाई मेरी व्लॉग का है, क्या नाम था भाई, मैं भूल गया। भाई क्या था लुल, ये रही, तो इसमें है ये, अब देखना पड़ेगा। ये तो शिवी है, ये अंबर है, ये है HP के।
कैसा महसूस हो रहा है आपको?
ये चीज़ है।
खत्म भाई सब।
ये he is HP guy. हेलो शाशा, क्या नाम है उनका स्टीम पे? देखना पड़ेगा मेरे को, स्टीम पे नाम मेरे को नहीं याद। HP का ही होगा वैसे तो, चेंज वेंज किया हो तो पता नहीं।
I mean, they're pretty close to even now.
They're still pretty close to even.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's worth pointing out going into this map. This is. I'm pretty sure Complexity could have predicted this map pick if it was left in the pool for Vitality, because Vitality are still like the pound-for-pound team on Overpass to beat. They were the #1 team on Overpass in 2020. They've continued to dominate on the map in 2021. It's not looking like that's going to slow down anytime soon. And so for a second map, if this is in the pool against Complexity, Vitality should pick it. Now, am I getting too deep into this? You know, are we going Galaxy Brain where it's like ᴀᴏᴜ, knowing this, has spent the past 2 weeks preparing a trap for them? Or are we just gonna have to do it the down and dirty?
अबे कितना अजीब लग रहा है ये गंजा। क्या?
I think ᴀᴏᴜ
बढ़िया रोहित, तुम कैसे हो? मैं वो ब्लॉग देख के आता, देखो भाई देखो।
things and sort of thinking about how this is going to work out. So I would say probably Complexity are going to be pretty well, prepared for this
Smoke double flash, kit double flash.
Yeah, but I'm not
double
sure
B setup, peeking early D long with the flash.
I'm so interested to see if Vitality can recover that loss or if they're
यार util वाला अरे
भाई
खोल दिया।
already going down. Apex, RPK and Sai will all run into the ᴀᴏᴜ himself. And he just shuts them down. He's in for more. They nearly line up. Oh, he's so
almost an ace. Almost. Last guy is also so low.
In the pistol round. That just
when your IGL is fragging like this, बाकी players को और confidence मिलेगा और.
Back and just like, I don't want to stick around here, but he went.
That was pure aim, nothing else. Pure aim.
That's incredible.
Now Shoxy's got a minute to complicate, complicate things, I suppose, but like to also contemplate the meaning of life, because he's nowhere near the bomb.
HBK Rahul hai kya? Yes, his name is Rahul Kumar.
All right, so just let's take advantage of this to give you some stats real quick, just to show you like the kind of David and Goliath scenario that Complexity find themselves in. Last Overpass, I mean, #1 team on Overpass, right? They played it 6 times in the last 3 months. They've won 5 of them, and those are against world-class opponents like Astralis on this map, who are no joke on Overpass. And so Vitality, this is kind of home turf for them here on this map. It's a tall order for Complexity, but at least it looks like the pistol's going to go their way.
Shots.
काट दे।
I was going to say the same thing. Yeah, go for the knife.
कितने बड़े हैं वो? काफी बड़े हैं यार.
We have lost a round, in fact. The bomb is so far away that he can't.
अरे भाई ये नहीं, ये मेरे को लग रहा है टाइम के बाद मारेंगे इसको.
That is really cool for the captain.
ये मरेगा टाइम के बाद, देख लेना.
And Shox, I mean, he can make some more money here, which he is. It's interesting.
रश कहाँ घूम रहा भाई मैदान में?
This has actually turned into a big win for Shoxy. Yeah, he gets 3 kills off the back of that. He's got Kevlar, a flash grenade going into the next round. Actually, all things considered, it's almost as if he had just died anyway, right? He's going to be able to buy
Nice shooting, yaar. Play map.
Get a little dig to go with the Kev.
Yeah, might as well. But what a fantastic start. That's really cool. And I don't know, the complexity that we saw at the end of the map over on Mirage was not exactly the kind that we like to see.
Semlar Ranjay की बात कर रहा था.
If it just looks like that, and they're going to come back swinging on this map,
बढ़िया coats पहन के आता है.
And beat complexity up, or if it's I don't know, a sign of something slightly more worrying. Because I don't know, we've been having that feeling maybe that there are a couple of cracks in the foundation that are starting to show themselves. Like the fact that they fell back. Ooh, that's a nice kill for Poison there. But yeah, they didn't want to stick out long and fight, and I don't really blame them. Complexity, just, it's probably not worth it.
कोई blame है कैसे घुसा पड़ा दीवार के अंदर?
They'll come pick it up. Close, and with the Tech 9, Org on the other side though, yes, lots of backup here, so they're going to be fine. Again, the bomb is on the ground, and it's Apex out here with the scout, so they will be all right.
No, that's no problem at all. Not too much of a loss here. I mean, I'm really just so impressed with how I think Complexity actually, our desk really nailed it as well with Poison coming back. The point that was being made here going into this match is that you don't even need Poison to hard carry. You just need that comfort zone to be back here for Complexity, where the players, instead of wondering like, okay, does this guy get the plan?
Surprise! Vitality ये हारी तो Apex हाथ ही काट लेगा. अरे यार.
You know, built out with Poison.
मत भाई. Why you bully him?
You're sitting side by side. I mean, I can't feel like I don't feel like we can put.
Why you bully him, bro?
Sitting in the same room after so many months of them just being spread out, not having that team spirit,
Chalo
not
bhai,
having
hard
l'esprit de
eco.
corps, like having everybody together in the same room again now. That's so huge for complexity.
Yeah, and I think again, it's probably also when if you got a stand-in, you know that's not going to be your full-time player, and you're sitting around, you know, let's practice at 5 p.m. guys.
Yeah.
So like it feels weird because you know that this practice is going to be, you know, I mean, it's important in the moment, but it's not the long-term thing that you want to be going for. So I'm sure that's a little bit demotivating as well. Now, yeah, the time that they spent, they've got some return on it, which, you know, you can clearly tell. The French aren't where the wine and the baguette is on the ground. Can't be an accident. And they do run past. They don't stop and hang out there for long.
You see this? I do actually wish we could see existence on this map, because when they were taking, you know, these hard eco rounds, they treat them as timeouts. Back before timeouts were a thing, that would be the perfect place for them to take one, right? Just run over there,
sit around,
lounge in the sunlight, die at the hands of a 50 caliber bullet.
Actually looked like he had the drop on them. They're pushing all the way down. I like this. I mean, it's a good idea. They catch Rush showing up with nades though, and should be a pretty good retake coming in here. Could have been dangerous if ᴀᴏᴜ would have also gone down, but APEX not able to find the second bullet needed for that shot. So pretty expensive round for complexity and a bomb plant for Vitality. Actually, I think this is pretty good, you know.
Yeah.
They're gonna have a lot to work with in this upcoming round, and they've done some economic damage. So fair play.
Yeah, no, that's actually a feel-good round for Vitality. That was a hard eco, Andrews. I mean, they just spent a little bit of money on Deagles, and that's it. So for them to get that kind of return on that investment, that's a really solid round here from Vitality. And Complexity are now the ones who need to be reminded not to get complacent here. Everything went right for you in the second half of Mirage. Everything's gone right for you so far in the first 3 rounds of Overpass. But now you got to buckle down, and you got to hit those shots. And Poison going aggressive mid with the AWP, I love to see it. This takes confidence. ᴬᴜ's got a good spawn to go and take this fight, but with that smoke going down, they don't want to have anything to do with it.
Yeah, and interesting, ᴬᴜ does not have the AWP. Shots are running through the smoke. Nice follow-up there by Rush, and yeah, that's a smart fallback.
Nice.
A 1-for-1 trade probably favors the T side, but if you go down in the sewers like that, it's going to put a lot of pressure on that B-bomb site, so I can respect the fact that he didn't want to stick around any longer than necessary. Bomb is being brought back, and so is the rest of Vitality. And they're going to walk through this tunnel with really no warning. No flashbangs are going in, so it's going to be up to this fight. And ᴬᴜ, he's been so on point. He's going to win that, but the follow-up
double aim pe baithe hain bhai, rush.
It looked like they practically just walked into the line of fire, and see, he's going to be going down as well. APEX trying to recover the scenario in a 1 versus 3, and he can't get past Poison up on the high ground. So a 4th round for Complexity.
Oh, before an event, 3 days.
I'm still just focused a lot on Complexity and the change in body language we've already seen from these guys. Rush showing a lot of heart. Config always shows a lot of emotion, but now, you know, they're really looking towards each other. They're really feeding off of each other, and you got to give credit where credit is due as well. In terms of individual performance, in the dark days here, where Complexity were struggling, Rush was the top performer for Complexity. He stepped up when his team needed him. That's not his role to carry. He was the best performing Complexity player at the global finals. So, I mean, even Rush is here to do his job for Complexity. You can count on him. He's waving that NA flag right now.
Well, Rush has been through a lot in his career, so if anyone has sort of the mental stability to deal with it, it's probably him. He's been treated not that well by the NA scene, in my opinion.
Hello, Dharmesh.
Yeah, I agree. He's showing a lot of heart right here, and it definitely seems really dialed in. ᴬᴜ already wall banged down now. They're going to be boosting up to try and take a look pretty deep into that connector. And yeah, this could be really lethal. Obviously, you can get surprised if they come out the monster tunnel and take down JKS. You're going to be, you know, trampling literally on top of each other to try and get away, but I still kind of like it. They're going to give up on it for the minute. ᴀᴏᴜ is about to run into Cyber over at long as well. Looks like there could be a counter boost coming, but I think, yeah, this is the real fight here, because now ᴀᴏᴜ is going to take a look around and find no one else. And the question is, are Vitality going to be quick about taking this bomb site before more backup shows up?
That is a good point. Rush and JKS, though, looks like they're going for the gamble here.
Oh, wow.
And no way. APEX is going to rage.
Yeah, it's going to be off the charts, isn't it? It's just gone. He's going to be shut down. Now, he did put out the Molotov, but I'm not sure it even matters any longer. They're trapped on an L-bend, 25 seconds, and I don't think they can make it through. JKS with a spray down.
Complexity
nice
to bhai on a tier, bro.
And it had
Apex
to
ka
be
reaction to
Apex
dikhao.
that they catch out there. 5-0 in favor of Complexity.
Yo,
it had to be Apex.
Just had to
be.
It's just everything that can go wrong right now for Vitality. The last guy you want getting snuck up on.
There's a lesson here, though. I mean, as soon as they lose ᴍᴏ out there, it did take them a while before they did, and they were sort of setting it up, right? Sometimes you have to not procrastinate. Procrastinate for the Switch chat.
Stop it!
You have to.
He got it in there. No, that wasn't supposed to happen.
I snuck it right on the. I'm gonna get 5 one of these days. BlameF with a kill on Apex again. Just there are a lot of people out there, but apparently this is his fate now. So that would take down BlameF afterwards
Apex
and
react like girls,
that gives
full
them
of
an
emotion,
and something to work with. So
Apex
they need a turnaround here. I feel like they need like a bit of an ego boost, vitality.
Exhale नहीं है ना देखो भी chat में अश्विन.
They don't have that much to work with.
वो
ideas
नहीं आए भाई.
All the time. So
बुद्धि वाली.
why not for vitality if they can
वही लाता है ये सब.
Another good entry and get a bomb down. It's doable.
बकवास.
It certainly is, given how JK. Well, Poison is rotating
Apex
down now to help him out,
like
so he will be in position with the AWP. JKS is definitely at risk of getting overwhelmed quickly here if there's enough bodies to get thrown at him by Vitality.
Look at Config. He's going to be late. But
मैंने बोला था exile. मैंने ही बोल दिया भाई.
And a good follow-up.
Nice
and that is the bomb plant and everything else. I was going to say Config was actually running long to take a look there. Maybe to also look for the org and see what was happening out there.
Yeah.
But, so if they hadn't gone at it that quickly, it would have would have been some good info. Well, Skybox AI prediction there saying about the 89%, but we can tell it's actually 100% because they're not even going for the retake.
See, they can't get everything right.
Last map D2 and last map nuke है.
This is the risk that Complexity run by playing so passively, right?
This is the second map.
This kind of retake style. Like, it seems like they got kind of caught between the two. They weren't sure if they were going to go for
D2 Complexity ने ban कर दिया. Last में बचे थे Inferno और
ये you need to hit your shot.
Inferno और nuke. तो Vitality ने ban कर दिया Inferno because their recent results on Inferno are not good. First map Mirage था 16-11 जीती Complexity. I am 23 British.
Between Poison and ज़ायू. What's ज़ायू spawn like?
और Vitality का lead था यार अच्छा खासा Mirage में, but convert नहीं हो पाया मैं. यहाँ पे तो पहले ही down है. They'll have to come back.
It's not looking good. Poison.
I was gonna say he's gonna be standing in the molly at any rate, right? Like that just always is thrown. So
second volley fail है.
Instead and
पीछे गिरनी थी आगे गिर गई तो HSP में हो गया तो मैं वहीं में water पाया.
Spotting long.
वो तुम जानो भाई.
Good idea with the early boost. Not risk-free. I mean, this could be triple naded. Astralis, I think, coining that idea.
This is also BlameF conditioning them, right? I mean, if he keeps showing himself at long, Vitality keep after respecting long. They can't just disregard that because then the quick flank can come in and they can get ruined because of it. So a little bit of information being gained here from Vitality clearing out long, and now they're going to work their way back into mid.
Logi aim labs में 102 हो गया great shot
पे. Not a favorable angle, but one he can make work here if RPK were silly.
यार aim lab की training और in game की mechanics बहुत different है यार. बहुत ज़्यादा different है.
Yeah. Oh, they lined up. Masuta
in game बहुत aspects आ जाते हैं. In game में तुम्हारी positioning आ जाती है, तुम्हारी किस तरह से तुम गेम को अप्रोच करते हो वो आ जाते हो. एम लैब में तो सिर्फ शूटिंग पॉइंट क्लिक गेम देखा जाता है, बट जो टैक्टिकल गेम है जैसे कि CSGO है या वैलोरेंट है उसमें बहुत सारे फैक्टर्स आ जाते हैं एम को सेट असाइड करके भी. तुम पीकिंग कैसे कर रहे हो, तुम्हारी क्रॉसहेयर प्लेसमेंट कैसी है, पोजीशनिंग, बहुत कुछ.
He wasn't going to help them find that answer.
In-game confidence तब आएगा भाई जब तुम एक all-rounded player हो गए, समझ रहे हो तुम? Even you know your positioning is good, your crosshair placement is good, you're hitting your shots, etc.
If you were on a bike and someone threw a flashbang at you, would that be worse than a stick in the wheel? I don't know.
A stick in the wheel? I was thinking, nothing's worse than a stick in the eye. But in both scenarios, you're not seeing anything.
So worried. I'm just... All right. Well, regardless... They don't have a bicycle, but they get flashed anyway.
This is really building it up here for Poison in this narrative, in terms of him stepping back into his role on the team as that AWP player. ᴀᴏᴞ can now count on having an op to play around, one that can fit into the system. And so far, I mean, out of 6 kills, he's got 3 of those with the
AMLabs
AWP.
खेल के मैं सिर्फ
And he is
ROM और reaction time polish कर रहा हूँ. Of course.
100% on his opening duels.
That's understood, bro.
Unlike ᴨᴅ, who's 1-6 and has like 40
जो तुम AMLab में practice कर रहे हो वो तुम्हारे CSGO के aim में आएगा, but तुम्हारी positioning थोड़ी improve होगी AMLab खेल के, या तुम्हारी crosshair placement थोड़ी improve होगी खेल के. बहुत different है भाई वो सब चीज.
I still think you can get away with a lot on this map.
अब तुम AMLab खेल रहे हो तो तुम्हारा CSGO का recoil control थोड़ी अच्छा होगा AMLab खेल. अगर recoil control अच्छा करना है तो तुम्हें recoil practice करनी होगी. समझ रहे हो ना? You need to focus on the right thing. जहाँ तुम improve करना चाहते हो. जैसे अच्छा aim होने से ज़्यादा फर्क नहीं पड़ता. अच्छा game sense, अच्छी decision making भी होनी चाहिए. Of course. But उस दिन मेरा AMLabs में अच्छे score आए थे, but in game जाके हक देता हूँ. वही तो, because your positioning, your decision making might not be good that day. Full Ramus vitality को overpass में भाई space ही नहीं दे रहे हैं. घुस के मार रहे हैं अभी तो. ᴀᴏᴞ ने पहले राउंड से ही भाई घुसना शुरू किया और अभी तक इसकी गाड़ी रुकी नहीं है.
You know, so clearly CT sided.
Clearly, yeah.
Just uncontested.
But
जो दोनों ए वाले प्लेयर्स हैं Poison and ᴀᴏᴞ, उन्होंने तो भाई ए पे पूरा aggression मचा रखा है पूरा.
I don't think it's accounting for the 7-1 scoreline. I'm not going to stretch the truth that much.
Vitality B side ऐसे ही होगी. Vitality B city side.
If I can get away with it, but that's maybe too much.
No way, does he get another one?
Apex आज boot camp में सबको खेलने वाला है.
Eventually,
Good news is no one is in Vitality boot camp. सब घर से खेल रहे हैं. Low end PC है, Logi time.
Avoided some of these stats here. Might want to take a deep breath.
Yeah, game more self DM और retake ही खेलता हूँ. अच्छा.
You start handing shocks
आज Apex का देख
like this, and it could get out of hand.
आज घर पे है, इतना रेज कर भी नहीं पाया.
With plenty of time to work
नहीं तो girlfriend मारेगी उसकी.
Still on the clock, bomb not in Complexity's control. So shocks. Once upon a time, we all remember the days of LDCZ. The man was lethal.
ये half हो खत्म मैं हूँ फिर 1 मिनट में.
Some would say he was faster than his own shadow.
I mean, you know, that I think it's just become very hard to be like that, you know, anymore. Like even just because the overall level is just increased like year on year, right? Like I just feel like the competition is there, or at least it's become like this filter where, you know, the few people, the 2 people basically that can like fit through that right now. Like, you know, there was a point in time where we had probably more that you could have had that argument about. I just think because the overall level has gone up so high at the moment, it's tricky. But also for Shox, I mean, he's not being given the mistakes that you normally need to win 1 versus 3s. Instead, they're waiting around. Config will find that kill. And what can you do? Can't really blame himself, can he? 8-1. The Juggernaut has starting to gain momentum here. It's running through the walls.
ये क्या लिखा है भाई? कौन सी लैंग्वेज है? I think German है.
Vitality's house right now.
What do you think?
By redecorating, I mean smashing everything to bits. 8-1 on the CT side of Overpass. Strong economy.
Come back, Multi public.
And Poison and ᴀᴏᴞ just continue to play aggro mid. And this time Poison's going to go into connector, hoping that perhaps Shoxy was going to try and change things up and get over here, but that is not going to be the case.
Yeah, but you like it anyway, right? As a show of, you know, just staying unpredictable. It's always a good idea. All right, run boost. It's going to be an empty run boost. There's no one out there to catch them.
Oh man, that's crazy. Like Poison actually able to get out of there.
Yeah.
Nice utility usage.
Yeah, because you're right. That is the downside, though. If you get stuck in there, he might still be in trouble. They're really fast out long, and it's entirely possible that he's actually not even going to go long. But I was going to say, if he goes back, anyone that goes long right now might just get completely shocked by how many people are out there. And it's
Phase change, set execute from long.
Nade and Molotov. Oh no! I'm going to need to see how that happened. It might have landed right on top of them. That is devastating. Poison with the 180, and he's ready for more. Taking it down
defense
a
too
triple
strong
here
today
for the much anticipated return. The Prodigal Son is back, and it's 9-1 in favor of Complexity. Let's just see this. There is the deep HE Molotov on top. They can't get out. It just, I mean, it lands right on top. It does damage. They get slowed down. They actually had the jump on them. They had the element of surprise. I don't think Complexity were ready for it, and it's not enough anyway. Wow.
It's just so wholesome. You know, it's just wholesome right now, Complexity, because the manager's reaction, I'm just loving the poison cam, because we get the manager's reaction behind him, and he just looks like he's having the best day of his life right now. So, and there's poison continuing.
Tried to jump to get in behind the cover of playground utilities out
बिल्कुल
there.
रिस्पेक्ट नहीं कर रहे, पूरा एग्रो खेल रहे complexity वाले. Yep.
Yes, little did he know they were poisoned.
They know if they give them space, vitality ko on this map, they're gonna get effed up. That's why they're playing on the face. They're not letting them do anything.
Won the half. Best case scenario now for Vitality is 9-6.
Wonderful first half, wonderful
If they let them execute the plan और ये पीछे बैठ के खेलेंगे तो बहुत दिक्कत आएगी complexity को. That's why they're playing on the face.
The jinx is in.
Well, I've already counter-jinxed on Twitter, so it's all good. I'm pretty confident in my caster curse jinx, but...
Hold on. You said one thing on Twitter and another on a prediction? That's a Duncan move.
We're playing... Yes, but this was also... These were strategic. And I also have video evidence, that's the thing. There's a stream out there.
ये short बहुत तगड़ा था भाई. उड़ता तारा पकड़ लिया भाई ऐसे जैसे.
Double digits though.
He's on his own. I mean, he's got some teammates that are in that birthday party, but still, you know, he's just feeling it. Unlike Sharks, he's going great here in just the meantime.
Oh, in the first half, he's
yeah, he wasn't like that. If you guys forget, like if you missed the first map, he was not like
jet
that.
Black hair.
He's aged 15 years in one map.
I'm wondering
Nothing
right now
very complexity.
if it's an issue that
ऐसे full aggressive खेलती थी, triple P देखा भी लोग.
It's like I'm putting so much emphasis on complexity, and it's clearly having a wonderful benefit for them. The fact that they're all side by side in that room together, right? You know, it's on land essentially for them. I mean, Vitality in their great conquests, a lot of that was happening.
यार ये किसी ने expect नहीं किया होगा इतना गंदा पीटेगी Vitality, वो भी overpass.
They're right now. They're clearly on their own, and I'm wondering if that's having a big impact on the mental game.
Maybe, but they were also getting pretty upset even when they were there, right?
Sure, but then at least you have like the staff, you have X.
Now they're aggressing B short.
Yeah,
perhaps some ways to mitigate that a little bit, at least.
I mean, I want to say yes. I think there's definitely a benefit to
Chalo.
having people, you know.
Poison ने एक shot miss तो किया.
He had the scout, and he's still found. I just don't know. We're laughing at his misfortune. It's just that. I think it's like
मैं भी ये मिराज पे जीतने का नतीजा है.
Like nothing you do just can work.
Maybe that gave them confidence boost. Maybe.
So take it like that. But still, yeah, I think it is an advantage. It's just that I think even when they were all on location, you could tell that there was something in this team that's gone a little bit, you know, wrong. And I just don't even understand it, because again, you know, they're probably the second best team in the world, you know. So what's going on, you know? Where's the frustration coming from? Not being number one, you know, that's what you're fighting for, but
you're within striking distance.
Yeah,
you're right there.
Absolutely.
Astralis has shown that they can bleed, that they are mortal.
I think for the global finals, for the 2020 global finals that we just came out of, I think I picked Vitality over Astralis in some of those games.
You did, in fact.
Yeah, for that very reason. So, you know, I don't know why this is starting to fall apart, but it feels like it is. Apex getting a kill.
अब तो confidence भी नहीं बचा होगा Vitality किसी को भी
खेल
लिए भाई बीते.
He's all over the place on his own. He's just so confident in his own abilities, and
Vitality का एजर इज लाइक भाई करूं तो क्या करूं यार, कुछ काम ही नहीं कर रहा. गुस्सा करके देख लिया, शांत होके देख लिया.
If you see an email in your inbox from like the IRS telling you that you're getting audited, like that seems like
that's what's happening, dude. What's going on right now?
तो भी अगर तू Vitality का एजर होता है ये सिचुएशन में, तू भी रेज करता. करना नहीं चाहिए बट कर देता.
He is gaming on these guys.
Kid is out of control.
15 kills at the AWP. And so
Apex
far,
calling
100%
finish
success
pass.
rate in opening duels.
Don't do it, Apex.
No, bro.
Ooh, do it. That's a good. I've changed my mind.
Oh boy, Apex कहता हूँ भाई मारेगा तुसी भेजो उसके भाई 2 उड़ा दिए स्काउट से पहली बार ज़ाइवो को ऐसे देख रहा कैसे ज़ाइवो तो शांति रहता है भाई अच्छा स्कोर की बात कर रहे हो क्या अगर 3 मार देता ना लॉन्ग पे कॉन्फिग वहीं पे राउंड खत्म हो जाता
might just be a second round here for Vitality.
It is looking like
Justin Savage 1v3 clutch.
Like it's going to pan out that way. So many angles for him to worry about going into a 1v3 retake. It just shouldn't be possible. Yep.
Nice. Cheeky angle by Shox.
His second kill for the round. So there we go, Anders. How many rounds in a row was that? That was 7 rounds in a row for Complexity.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
It's
क्या मारा इसने
it's hard to celebrate, but it's something, and they don't care anything. It's like, all right, poison.
अब तो 1 in 13 हो गया कोई नहीं भाई
13 25 ADR.
It's I mean that is a true.
Even he is a human after all.
True Aller. Going into this match, yesterday we were checking stats between Simple and Zywood. It's just like you have to scroll back 2 years to find a red event for this guy. So
not anymore.
Maps are different, to be fair. I know, you're playing that game. We're not done yet. The event, and there you go.
ज़ाइवो को बुली कर रहा था ज़ाइवो ने एंट्री फ्रैग दिया सीधा आते ही.
Nice. Where's that been all along? If he could do that, why hasn't he? You know.
True, Anders.
Like.
मरेगा config.
His team's
Come on, Shox.
really badly needed that. It's a good opening.
Easy.
Here, going to be catching a kill. I mean, again, you could. I think for like half a second, he was thinking, should I wait, see if there's more? But no, just get it done. Don't overthink anything right now. 5 versus 3, and they're all set up towards.
13-12-3 भी हो जाए बढ़िया है.
They have to. And Vitality, how much energy do they want to put into finding out where the rest of them are? You don't need to find everyone. You just need to find one player from Complexity to figure out what's going on here. Oh, boost. Shox is on the other side. He is
nice. He's expecting this also. Wow.
He's absolutely no.
Bihari ki puppy.
He just checkmated them and they just wiped the pieces off the board. You can't do that.
He turns out that Shoxy was playing checkers.
I guess. Oh wow. ᴀᴏᴏ coming in the kill and
3v3
cannot be real. Out in the open, JKS, no! He
1v3
takes down one more, and it's on Masuta from a 5-on-3 into a 2 versus 1, favoring Complexity. Yeah, the ball is going to be going down, but he can't escape. He can't get out from here.
Poison wasn't
the
problem.
For the fight. The Molotov is further behind him, and ᴀᴏᴏ, he's up
Everyone
there.
else
Masuta
was
thinks
the
he's already
problem.
checked it, but now he's out there, and when he goes to re-peek it, he's right down
सही
in
खेल
front.
गया
He's
यार.
got no idea. He snuck in behind, and it will be the round for Complexity, winning
Night Rider
the
always checking
5-on-3.
out.
You know,
Insta models उसने expect किया भी फिर कैसे नहीं मार पाया.
We're going to see it right
भाई
here.
expect किया but दिखा नहीं उसको. JKS ने पहले spot कर लिया उसको.
He is doing so
भाई
much
डर गए
better.
शॉक्स भाई भूत आ गए. Australian भूत JKS.
Second half is going to be coming
ये
up
भी
right
3v
after the break.
5v3 हार गए. कोई नहीं यार. Bad day. They will come for revenge tomorrow. आया मैं 1 मिनट तक ये होता है. निवेरा को मैच नहीं खिला रहे, ये तो खिला दो हैं बोल रहे। कौन था फर्स्ट लीडर बोर्ड पे? मैंने देखा नहीं। Yes, banana time.
All right then. Well, Pog back, we're going to get into the second half. It is 13-2 in favor of Complexity, and we're about to see whether or not they can just shut this down and win 2 maps against the French.
It's not the only thing that needs to be shut down right now. We're losing it. Vitality now, yeah. This is it on the CT side, and Shoxy straight into mid to get that info. No time wasted. Top mid, hoping for a fight, hoping for a duel. And at least he doesn't lose his head, but he does get a little bit of info.
Yeah, worth it. Good idea. Credit. A for effort. It's always worth it to try and do something like that. They do have a P250 on that side on Poison, and he's been playing out of his mind. So, yeah, I don't blame Shox for being a bit careful on that one. And then there's a 4-man setup. And actually, Sai was pushed out, which feels like Complexity know. And with the flashbang, they definitely know. So if they had the bomb and were ready to go over on the A side, it would be amazing. But they kind of don't. They're still able to challenge and punish that, and they drop Saiwu. So that's a very, very fine early kill. And there's still over a minute left. So they're going to be good. Saiwu had 2 kills in the first half.
It's like, are we talking about the right guy? Hold on, I'm checking the spelling of the name. 2 kills.
One of them isn't an O or like a 0.
Yeah. Dude. This is a very uncharacteristic performance.
Antivirus भाई अभी तक तो किया नहीं है.
But it just goes to show how
Future में तो करेंगे ये,
how reliant Vitality become on him, but also how expensive
कोई reaction नहीं होता.
We expect him
What
to
about
perform in that fashion.
Yeah. Shox, it's so close. Yeah, he has to make the move, and Rush turns around almost like he knew. Now he'll still go down, so it's still a really important kill. 4 on 4. After plant is in effect.
For information, bro.
Holding the smoke, and Poison, he's not afraid of anything right now.
For information.
Through. They jump for the smoke to catch
Complexity
them.
इतना reactive खेलती है ना भाई.
14-2, and Complexity pick up the pistol round in the second half. What a great idea. Man, you're gonna have a heart attack if you're down there on the CT side.
I'm becoming more and more of a ᴀᴏᴜ fan. If it was possible to become more of a ᴀᴏᴜ fan, I mean, look at how deadpan he is, how cool.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, yeah, everything's going according to plan. This is exactly what we worked on. This is all going as I envisioned it would.
अभी workout नहीं हो, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है ना कि भाई गलत है वो चीज.
Leader right there.
Yeah,
number 2 world में एक reason की वजह से है.
So early to make this move to move to Dallas to pick up, and then like before this team was even fully assembled, right? He was like, I'm in, I'm doing it. And I mean, I'd say that's kind of a bold move before you really know what's on the table, but it's been working out. JKS, probably the most criticized member of this team for a while. Today, though, he has reclaimed a lot of that brand of his. And if this can continue, the thing you have to realize, though, is that this isn't even like the peak level of JKS. So, if this is the warm-up and there's still more to come, I'm really curious. Another triple for him right here. He is also rocking in at 16-6, but really everyone is doing. I think Rush is a little bit further behind, but I think that's just because there are no more kills.
Quick game. 4v5 था ना, info के लिए push तो बनता है. नहीं, वो early 5v5 की बात कर रहा है, B पे जो push हुआ. A वाला push तो बाद में किया.
Yeah.
So at some point we are going to get a 3rd map, and
but not today.
I see what you did there. Listen, G2 better strap in. The pieces are coming for him, man. We are seeing the revival.
Okay, well, I'm interested. I'm excited now. I think this is really cool. What a cool story this is for Complexity. They have really been out in the wilderness for a long time, lacking poison, and it's not been going well. And again, that coinciding with JKS coming into the team, it's been real chaos. But now Now it seems like it is on track and it's fantastic. RPK goes down.
They're making try to make a play, but every time getting punished. GG.
16-2 as
Quick
they take
game.
down the second best team in the world on just 2 maps. Complexity are officially back.
That is
back on board with Poison.
And that has been the story so far here at Blast. Massive upsets coming through. Complexity, I mean, they are definitely a threat, don't get me wrong, but you're talking about a double-digit team, 13th in the world, I believe.
Game over.
Taking down the second.
Yeah.
In 2 maps, 16-2 on Overpass. I mean, you know, congratulations to the players from Complexity. They stuck through it thick and thin, and here it is finally paying off after some work. But also got to give a big shout out to Mr.
38 million points to
built the juggernaut, and now he's just going through walls
Frisk
like it's
TV.
Yeah, that's fantastic to see, isn't it? I mean,
G2 का गेम देखोगे नहीं, G2 का गेम बहुत लेट है bro.
There's some theorizing going
12
on
बजे
on
है.
social media. People saying like, oh yeah, like they got the honeymoon
बहुत लेट
period,
है.
you know, so like they're getting back into it.
Yeah,
कल ये देखूंगा Vitality Endpoint live.
You know, saying that
ये
is
बढ़िया
one
मैच
thing,
होगा
and then you actually
अपनी stream पे.
see how good they look together here.
This
like,
map,
that's really sweet.
this match,
I think that, you know, like
very
that,
good.
That
will be fun.
Is then matched by Vitality.
इतना गंदा loss किसी ने expect नहीं किया होगा. Yes.
Very true. It's worth pointing that out.
Poison कभी-कभी ऐसे खेलता है तो लगता है कि top 10 में deserve करता है. बहुत वो है यार. क्या कहते हैं inconsistent.
That's their Achilles heel. That's their great
जब
weakness
चलता है
right
तो
now.
बहुत मारता है और बीच में उसकी low games भी जाती हैं. ये देखो उसका stats graph देखते हैं. देखो ये गेम मारा अच्छा मारा फिर लो 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 मारा बहुत मारा लो लो मारा 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 लो 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 मारा लो 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 मारा लो 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 बहुत लो चले जाता है ये बहुत अच्छा मारा लो 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 कंसिस्टेंट नहीं है इतना जेम टाइम वापस कब आएगा अरे कल देखेंगे जेम टाइम कल ये वाला मैच देखेंगे VPN पॉइंट स्ट्रीम पे मजा आ जाएगा हाँ वी विल सपोर्ट आवर ब्रदर यकिंडर शिवी स्ट्रीम नहीं कर रहा क्या अभी गाइस एवीसी को रेड करते हैं आ जाओ और मैं फिर स्ट्रीम बंद करता हूँ अब कल मिलेंगे आ जाओ लेट्स रेट एवीसी come now I will stream tomorrow endpoint versus VP yes कल करेंगे guys let's raid him and I am ending the stream he's our friend brother let's raid him and end the stream चलो भाई आ जाओ भाई प्यार बरसाओ उस पे एंड मिलते हैं कल आओ भाई उधर उस स्ट्रीम पे आ जाओ ठीक है चलो